Okay.
Hello, everyone. This is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. A title, when some hear, it makes their eyes roll. I don't understand that, but then again, I do. So anyway, I've been on YouTube for 2 years as of yesterday afternoon. I'll just throw that out there, and we're just gonna have a little open discussion of certain things that we've seen and experienced within these 2 years. With me is the Roger Report. What's up?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Yep. Um, and here it is Sunday, as we do this habitually. So we're gonna call this little routine that we got here habitual Sundays. Is that myself, the Roger Report, you ain't shit for watching, or all three of us might go on one Sunday, but you're gonna see one of us every Sunday. So I hope y'all strap in and enjoy. But anyway, this is an open chat, and I'll go ahead and put in the link in the chat for anyone that wants to come up and join us tonight. Uh, what's going on, man? What's on your mind, Roger?
Oh man, just just getting in here, man. Um, well, as I'm thinking about uh, uh, you said you've been on air 2 years, man. 2 years. That's pretty good feat, and I definitely can say I appreciate the news coverage you've been doing over the last 2 years, man. Because there's a lot of stories that you put out there that if it were not for me listening to news over the internet, they really wouldn't even make it to me, you know. Or they'll get
Yeah.
mentioned and then they just kind of disappear with no real reason. There's no closure to what happened. You know, a lot of stuff is just left up in the air. Like, folks come out, mention something, you want to know what happens in the situation, then it just disappears. You never hear about it again.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least with
Or
local
until
news and all that. You know.
mainstream media uses a story as a distraction for some much greater agenda. uh, but what I wanted to do was news stories at my pace, what I thought about what happened. And, I didn't want to use the bias of someone standing behind me telling me what to say.
Well,
And best, and really news stories are great filler. They're great filler for your YouTube channel to keep your subscribers watching something, interesting. And, there's always a different discussion when you do news stories. So, for my subscribers and anyone viewing the channel, take a look at my channel and go down some of those news stories and leave something in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Look who's joining us. Hello, reigning woman.
sucky, sucky now.
Hi! Oh my goodness! Happy 2 years!
2 years.
Hey, random woman.
Hi
I mean,
Roger! Hey Kim! Hi Chad! Oh my goodness! Okay, I'm going to okay, I want to just say I am extremely happy to have gotten to know, become acquainted with you and your channel in your first 2 years. I've been hanging around with you guys for what, maybe roughly 9 months or so, maybe a little longer. But yeah, so I'm just grateful and happy to be a part of a celebration. Woohoo!
mm,
Yeah, I got balloons and cake over here too, just so you know.
yeah, I'm sitting in front of a screen and a keyboard right now.
Yeah. What?
So, I mean, I wouldn't so much call it a celebration. I wouldn't call it because I don't think that I've done what I'm supposed to do yet. I haven't reached my zenith. I haven't reached my peak. And I feel like that although I'm in a good spot as far as what my audience is and how like what I intended for my channel to be, I don't feel like I've done my best yet. And then that's just a matter of, getting out there and, people, putting eyes on my channel, just like, they put eyes on your channel. They discover how great you guys are, and they subscribe. So my immediate goal is to get to 1K. That's my immediate goal, to get to 1,000. I'm at 874 right now.
Yeah,
So
that's around the corner.
anyone that watches these broadcasts, I do recommend that if you haven't, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell and choose the all option. So we provide great content here, and we also provide great content on the Roger Report and on You Ain't Shit for Watching. And Reigning Woman also provides great content on her channel. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's get to it. All right. So what comes to mind, Roger? The first thing, like.
Well, you know what? Actually, I'm just glad you started a YouTube channel, because real talk, that kind of helped push me to going into this, because my friend's been trying to get me to come start getting something on social media for years now. So the association I've had with you actually kept help push me over to just go ahead and get started. So I especially appreciate you. And then, like I was saying, with the news stories that you've covered, and you've covered things in a way where you get a full story of what's going on. You update when things should be updated, and to listen to news without all the I don't know a better word other than white supremacy added to it. I don't know a better word right now.
I think that's very important. I think that's very important when you cover news. Just use the utmost integrity. Of course, I'm giving my point of view, but make sure all of the right points are being made when I deliver a story. But I do admit, as a black person, too, there's a teensy bit of bias on some of those. I don't.
It's needed. My thing is, man.
Yeah, I mean, like if I faked it, I'd just be like everyone else. But gotta be brutally honest about it.
Well, my thing is, there's a great value of getting news stories without the people and their agendas, and they got to do this because they think it's gonna make money. The people they hire, without getting all their stuff with it, is actually great. Because you want to watch the news to be informed, but there's certain agendas at play. Some of us that are a little wiser, we see that there are certain agendas at play, and you don't want to have to listen to those people and their agendas on a constant basis. So it's actually refreshing to not have to for some of your news stories. So,
but would you like to hear somebody that does a news story and sounds like a real person? Not sound like some robotic guy who just and then nobody speaks like that. But it's just that I also realize that I do speak differently. So I cater to a certain taste. But it was actually really doing news stories like that and having discussions about news stories. That was my really my intent for coming to if I were to come to a platform like YouTube to get the obscure stories out there, the ones that no one talked about and no one really wanted to, that need to be widespread mainstream, but they just don't do them like that because they have you focus on other BS like Lizzo and the latest thing she's done to expose herself, and it's just like all that bullshit is a distraction instead of what we need to work on as far as our community goes. And that's all I ever want. Oh, who is this? This is all right.
Hey, peace, brother. How y'all doing?
Welcome to the panel, Roguish Son.
Yes, sir.
All right, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I been following your channel for a little bit. Just based off of the title alone, I think we get in trouble for such context. So I like to hear people that can expound on such. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, he got the
Okay.
most dangerous title in social media.
Very toxic.
You know,
Yeah.
real talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and that's what I was saying. Like the fact that you've covered certain stuff, and you know, myself personally, I appreciated the whole Amber Geiger coverage. The you know, because you did that from beginning to end, and just if I was subject to my local news, or you know what I'm saying, or what they're gonna do on CNN or other national news, you're gonna get basically the same thing. They only gonna cover it the way they want to cover it. You only get glimpses of stuff, and there's so much missing information when those people cover certain things because you know, most of these nationwide channels, to my understanding, like everything is pretty much owned by three different entities or something like that I've heard. So, you know, they make people say things in a certain way. So it's good to hear a person I can relate to give me some news the way I need to have it. Plain and simple. It's good to have that option if nothing else. You know, and it's a shame that when people do give news stories, they can't really expand about any of their own feelings or personal feelings about it because that actually relates you to the people that you're getting your news from. So to me, it's a very important thing. Plus, you cover stuff that you're just not gonna see on certain news stations. You're just not gonna see it at the end of the day. You know,
Or
it's
the
something
way
that
it's
we need to
covered.
know about.
You know, it's not like it's not done in a kiss ass way, or you know, like saying stuff that people just expect you to say.
Well, all that's garbage if you ask me.
I mean, look, they
But you
utilize
know,
the program because it works. You know what I mean? So it's really refreshing to come across someone that got a honest opinion, an honest black opinion. You know what I'm saying about what's going on in reality.
Yeah, because you know it's hard to find like a regular black dude on any type of mainstream media out there. You know, it's like if you don't fit into this certain mold, they don't even really want you on any kind of show if you're a black man, and it's kind of sad in my opinion. You know,
so like, what kind of
Hey,
mold?
they got
Uh,
to protect their self worth though, because I mean, you know, what's his name? Eddie Griffith said it best. He said every time you got sometime you gotta listen to a nigga because the nigga know what's around the corner before everybody else do.
yeah,
well, yeah, that's a smart thing to do if you ask me.
but
But like,
but
I don't remember the guy's name, but it was a guy on he's on some type of good morning show like a good day America, some type of morning show, like it covers some type of news coverage. He works with a white woman refers to him as like an ape or something. She says like
Whoa.
some ape kind of
oh yeah,
everybody looks like
it
you.
was like a baby gorilla from the zoo, and
Yeah.
the woman was like, it kind of looks like you, and he said, and then he follows it up, it kind of does. And then like
Whoa.
the next day she's on TV crying. He's up there like, yeah, well, I forgave her and gave her understanding, and she's my friend and we as coworkers. And like I was like, man, fuck off.
For real.
Yeah, you
Damn.
just called me a gorilla on TV. Like, no, we can't be cool the next day. And it's and see, but that's what I mean though. When you get these other folks and these personalities, we know that there's certain things that just said they can't really go outside of. They may want to, but they can't go outside, or they're gonna end up losing their job.
Yeah.
That's just the way it works. You know.
Well, for a guy like that, you think that it's because he hasn't been exposed to too many of the environments that we got exposed to and had to deal with racism head on? You think that he was like kind of like spoon fed or whatever?
Or that particular person,
Mm,
uh,
Yeah, that particular person.
that particular person, he may not have been has spent much time with black folks as I would have liked. I'll just say that. But I mean, you never really know because that could just be how he performs in front of the camera. I always give a person benefit of the doubt, but the thing is like For you to have to sit there and be cool about some white woman saying you look like a monkey on national television, like, bro, that's a hard situation to be in. And to not show any anger at all, it couldn't have been me.
Nah.
Yeah, the first reaction, like the first reaction is like, oh, well, kind of. It's like you're supposed to at least be like, what, huh? And it was like they were going off the air as it was happening. But I just like no, I really don't like the whole professional thing. That only goes so far. If he had any kind of empathy for the struggle, like he would have immediately reacted. Not saying fuck you bitch or anything like that, but no, just at least show some kind of like, huh? Like, at least a gasp.
A backbone.
That's one of the skills that we should be building, in the aspect of having a quick non-profane insultive wit. You know what I'm saying? When engaging with them, because they always out of pocket. And you can't always just choke slam their ass for the solution. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. But my thing is, in a situation like that, it would have been great had he just said, you know what? I'm going to have to respectfully disagree on this one.
Yeah.
That's all he would have needed to do.
Let me welcome Mike Easy to the panel. What's up, Mike?
What's up?
Peace, brother.
How are you doing? Do you have an opinion you would like to share?
I kind of missed
Sir.
the first part of y'all's conversation.
Okay. Hey, speak up. Man. I can barely hear you.
Hey, I kind of missed for the first part of y'all's conversation. So, like, what are you guys talking about right now?
No, we're just having an open discussion. We were discussing the incident where the news anchor called her co-anchor a black man, like saying that he looked like a monkey, and he just kind of made national news.
Okay.
All right, so we'll just have that. But welcome to the panel, sir.
Hey, how are you all? Chilling,
brother. Does anybody know if there's ever been anybody black that put somebody in check right away like that? You know what I mean? Like I saw something with Pat LaBelle, and some woman said something about her eating the paper. Like, you don't have to eat the paper, and she put it in the chair right away. But that's the only one I can really see. That's just. That just really like stands on their humanity, and not just not just because it's your citizen right. Nah, it's your right as a person.
Well, Will Smith. I mean, I don't know if this counts, but a reporter tried to kiss him in the mouth, and he immediately popped him. Like, this man dude just tried to kiss me.
Right.
So he kind of stands on his.
Well, I mean, that was going a little far. That was going too far, and I'm glad that was just his natural reaction. Like, because I'm pretty sure he'd have done something more if it wasn't so public. But yeah, it's hard for people to have some type of public disagreement, and they don't know how to do it where they're gonna end up losing their job. So that's what I was saying. When if a person's holding a monkey, and white woman sells black man, he kind of looks like you. That would have been perfect for him to just say, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That would have been enough for that to blow up in her face, where at least maybe they'd have talked about firing her. Maybe they weren't going to fire her at all. She's still a white woman at the end of the day, but at least they could have faked like it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's hard in that particular case, because if I was in that position, I probably would look like the angry black man in that position. Feeding into the stereotype.
Yeah, and that puts me into another conversation. But I'm just gonna assure to Mike that if you are ever in a position to where people make you stand up for yourself, I would definitely recommend it. Like I don't like, and it's to my detriment sometimes, but I don't take shit very well from people. But I just. As long as people know where I stand, I think I'm okay. But speaking of public perception and that argument, Terry Crews. Terry Crews would have an argument like that.
Yeah.
Terry's a tricky one.
Yeah, because but I'll tell you, there's a definite. I would never let a man fondle my junk in any situation. I mean, the way he explained it, I just don't buy it at all.
You know what?
It was
Is I okay? I experienced something similar. Ain't nobody grab my shit, but I was working in DC, and this one personal gym where a whole lot of people from the Hill came up in there, and what's her name? Hillary Clinton's press secretary would like to come up in there, and I was having a conversation with one of my other fellow gym people, and at the time I grew a really long fucking beard, right? And we was doing something and we talking about women, first wife and all this other shit. And he reached out like, oh, he said, hey, man, he said, you're a stud. You ain't got to worry about it. And my head was turned. And as I returned to my head, this motherfucker already had his hand reached out to try to tug at the beard. And I had to think. I'm like, do I put this motherfucker through this plate glass window that's right over here to the left? Quick, elbow spin, whatever, or do I eat it? And I'm thinking in that aspect, all right, family, wife and shit, but the self-respect is there, and it's like, look, you either want to kill them motherfuckers, or there's no other retort. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's the natural thing, because they always offend, and again, always out of pocket.
Well, I think we as men gonna have to learn to be more calculating. Never just go automatically with that first reaction. Just stop for a second, think, and I consider myself a witty person, so I come up with stuff real quick. But I think people can practice even that. You can practice coming up with something right off the top of the head quickly, because that's a skill you're gonna need, especially when you're operating amongst especially non-black people. You got to I remember I was at a job, and a guy said something to me. He was a boss, and he wasn't like my direct boss. He was like maybe 2-3 guys in between us, and he said something about a vehicle I had. He was like, yeah, your car nicer than mine. Now, him being white, me being black, I ain't gonna just let you say that, and then because now you paying too much attention to me at that point. He said, well, you got a nicer car than mine. I said, oh, hold on, remember, brother, I'm single. I ain't got kids. I work 2 jobs. That's the only way I can do all that. See what I'm saying? My thing is, I got to immediately make him come. See him saying that to me, I know that makes him uncomfortable as a white man who hasn't accomplished what he feels he needs to accomplish, that he needs to say this to me, because we wasn't talking about cars. You see what I'm saying? Like, if we had a car discussion, okay, that's one thing. But for you to just be walking by and saying hi and then say that to me out of nowhere, I know that made you feel uncomfortable. So, in order to diffuse that situation where, we must be paying this guy too much money. How is he affording? Hold on, let me make you more comfortable right away. Hey, remember, I work in 2 jobs. I ain't got no kids. I ain't got no wife. All the money go to me. You see what I'm saying? That's the only way I got something that you ain't got, cause I know you getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's my way of making him feel comfortable. Some people might be like, well, why would you do that? Because you don't want people 2-3 bosses ahead of you focusing on you. That's why I did it. I don't need that kind of pressure. You know what I'm saying? I see people, as they say, dance the jig, doing stuff that don't even make no sense. I wasn't even trying to dance the jig. This is just me trying to help his ego out. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's to your benefit to make somebody else feel a little bit more comfortable. But my thing is, make sure you're still getting what you want out the deal. My thing is like, bro, you don't need to be paying that much attention to my money. You know what I'm saying? Talking about what I'm buying. I totally get it. We was talking about cars, but we're not talking about cars. And you just making random statements like that, bro. We ain't that cool. We just not that cool. So
sound like some middle right
there. We got to be thinking about stuff all the time. Everything means something. That's what I try to get guys to understand. Everything means something. So the fact that you would just make a random statement to me about my vehicle, talking about it look nice, why would you as a white man want to compliment anything I got?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying, why would it happen?
Yeah, I've had that happen. And it was a few years ago, and I was driving a Dodge Caliber. Do you know what a Dodge Caliber looks like? I mean, it was shiny and the tires were clean, but he approached me like, "Oh my God, that is such a nice car." I'm like, it's a Dodge Caliber. Like, what what are you talking about? I mean, what? I deserve more. Like, that's what I think of my life. Like, I know it'll be a little subtle racism with that shit though.
I mean, probably was, but because I remember exactly what a Dodge Caliber is. I remember they came out about 2010. I think they hit the market, so it was good for. It was better than them other little small cars that you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. I was grateful for the life I got out of it, but I like Japan. I like Japanese. I like Honda and Nissan and like that. Some that last.
Yeah.
Some that's extremely drivable.
No, I stay away from everything foreign. That's just me. I don't like nothing foreign.
Yo, wait a minute. You've never had a Honda?
No, I stay away from all foreign vehicles.
Cuz you need to get converted, man. Go ahead, dive into the core, bro, for 20, 30 years. It'll make you feel good.
I'm cool on that. I like some of my American made stuff. That's just me though. I never want to be in a situation where I got to wait for something too. That's the one got to be one of the. Well, to me, the thought of it has got to be one of the most annoying things to be trying to get a car repaired. And they say they have to send out to get this piece. Right. I don't ever want to hear something like that. Yeah, we're having it in 2 weeks.
That's why you get a Honda. You ain't got to worry about the motherfucker breaking down.
I'm gonna let y'all have that. Somebody gotta get out of y'all way.
As long really, a rule of thumb: as long as you keep the oil change, it will make you happy.
For real.
Yeah. Hey, Roger, I'm gonna let you take this. Like, we got a Mackie Samuels. Shout out to Mackie Samuels in the chat. He said this. He's asking this: are Black women taking it hard that more single Black men adamantly refuse to invest their lives with women that have out of wedlock children from another man? Are they shell shocked that the stepdad era has gone?
Good question. I think the answer is probably yeah. Because from my viewpoint, it seems that women have felt that they could basically do whatever they want to do, have babies with anybody they want to have babies with, and a woman's mindset is, and guys got to understand, we live in totally different worlds than women do. We share the same planet, but we live in two different worlds. So their mindset has always been some guy's gonna take care of you. And because it's just babies, what does it make a difference? She ain't got to take care of it, because a woman always thinks a guy is gonna take care of it. So for them to have to deal with a guy might not take care of it, it's kind of a newer thought for a lot of them. And I don't think guys see it that way. How does a woman solve problems generally? A woman solves problems by either doing something herself, or if she doesn't feel like doing it, she tells a man. That's how they solve problems. Right. Doesn't make a difference what the problem is. Just that's how they solve problems. They have this natural thing of they'll just tell a man about it, or they'll say it in front of a man so a man can make an offer to fix it. So now if you have people that are dead set against being stepfathers, they now have a problem, which is kids, that they won't help raising. And now men are dead set against being the help that they thought they were always going to be able to obtain at some point. So, yeah, I think it's probably a little bit of a shell shock to them that they're running into a lot of guys that just don't want to be bothered. Because I know when I made a statement before that, like me, I've dated some single mothers in the past. You know what I'm saying? As a young man, I didn't put much thought into the single mother thing like that. But over time, it's like, why all these women got kids? You know what I'm saying? Eventually, I had to ask that question, because I dated some single mothers in the past. But now it's like, I tell a person all day long, if you got two kids from two different, if you got kids from two different men that you were never married to, I'm not even willing to have a conversation with you. And I know I've said that, and people have took that bad, or I start and I'm gonna do a show about this too. I've started calling women single mothers target practice, because there's a lot of men. Matter of fact, I say this amongst 3 guys, and they took it bad that I said it. But I think all 3 of them come from single mothers. And I was like, single mothers are like target practice. They're like, well, what you mean? I said, well, a lot of guys ain't really marrying them. They just basically kick it with them for a while, have sex with them, and then they move on to other women.
That's the truth.
So, I mean, ain't that like target practice? You don't really expect to kill it. You just shoot at it. You see what I'm saying? You don't expect to kill it. Next week, you're going to come back and shoot at it again.
That sounds like some feather hand gorilla pimping right there. God damn.
Well, I'm just saying, realistically, ain't that what you do? If you talking about bow and arrow, you talking about gun, whatever the case is. When you go to target practice, you go to shoot at something that you expect to be there next week. But you never try to actually kill it.
Excuse me, really quickly. I'm going to go ahead and jump down. I just wanted to come up and show support, Kev, for Black men being brutally honest and acknowledging your 2-year anniversary. So I'll be somewhere in the background, okay? And I love you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your support, Reigning Woman.
Okay, Ryan.
Reigning Woman is awesome. That's all I'm gonna say. As she goes away, Reigning Woman is awesome. Yeah, but the reason I'm gonna do what I can to push this term target practice is because I want women to realize the situation that they're in, and if they're having an issue with men that don't want to commit to them, you got to really decide: is this man taking me serious, or is this a man just using me for target practice?
That takes accountability. And accountability resonates as blame.
Well, I mean, we all know that they have issues with accountability. So, but my thing is, maybe it would help them out if they kind of saw how they were being viewed. You know what I mean?
Well, there's a often employed strategy. It works for some. It gives a reaction, negative reaction for others that we often see throughout the various platforms, I would say.
I'm really finding this is how I view it. It's kind of like with the whole Jane Elliott thing. When you see her talking to white folks and really trying to drive the point to them, they put up such a fight against her, and she's one of their own. So, there's no way that really one of us is going to get through to them. So, in the aspect of when you see women take the game to women, they put up even, as big as a fight as they do against us. So it's like, if she's one of your own, how much of a weigh in do I have of being, received, respectfully with my input? You know what I'm saying? I done figured it out that really, unfortunately, you got to put women and white people in the same damn thing. And you have to game them. You have to constantly game them, because if they feel that they, know all of your cards, then they're going to try to find some way in which to manipulate a greater benefit for them. So you keep them all in the enigma. Don't give them none of the actual hard case reality, and you keep them stringing along. Unfortunately, that's the way it has to be, because that's how everybody's been socialized.
Well, I look at it's depending upon what you want out the woman, because at the end of the day, I mean, a lot of guys know how game works. If I make this move, she'll probably do this, but if I do this, she'll probably do that. So there's certain situations that if I'm really feeling a chick, you know what I'm saying, I think she looks good, whatever like that, and I say, okay, she's fine enough for me to take it to a new level. I'll do certain things just to see how she goes with it, because like I know the move to make if I just want to run game. So I purposely not run the game just to see if she's mature enough. If a woman shows me she's not mature and she reacts the wrong way because I didn't run game, I'd be like, well, she's target practice anyway. I can't really do much else with her at the end of the day, which is probably why I'm still single and don't have kids. Because You know, there's only certain things I'm gonna do based on your intelligence level. Well, I don't want to say intelligence level because I believe everyone is actually smart. It's just some people use their brain more than others. That's all. Some people choose to, some people just don't. So it's not like I think women are dumb. They just as smart as anybody else. But you know, for those who are not constantly thinking, do I really want a relationship with you anyway? Nah, I'm cool. You know,
Just
I,
target practice.
I mean, do I want kids by a woman that game works on? Nah, I'm cool. See, I think guys don't.
Oh, wait. When I say game, I'm not talking about running game as an aspect of deceit or nothing like that. Nah, because you can, that's something that players do. But Max don't do that. Max don't utilize deceit because the reality is more entertaining than anything that you can make up. So in the aspect of gaming, you still have to game them even with the aspect of reality and truth. It doesn't have to be rooted in deceit. It just has to be packaged in a way to where they feel that it's more receptive, for your
No,
benefit.
I get what you're saying, and see, my thing is, if I can run game on a woman and it works, my mindset is so can another man. She's not smart enough. That's just how I look at it. She just ain't smart enough for me. You know, if game will work on her, if it worked with me, what makes me think it's not gonna work with somebody else?
Well, what's the difference between game and charm then?
Well, you know what? Good question. Well, no, I think that probably would be a good distinction. What you brought up about being deceptive versus not being deceptive, that probably would be a good distinction.
Yeah.
You know, you could be charming if you tell the truth, but you try to say it in a pleasant way that's more that's easily a little more easy to accept for them. Would probably be considered more charming to them. But I don't think women care either way. You know, I don't think they care. So, if as long as it sounds good to them, they with it. That's just how I look at it.
Hey, let me answer this real quick. Mackie Samuels, at Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Some women were especially shocked when you stated on another panel that women that had children out of wedlock had bad family values. Could you discuss that further?
Well,
Let me think.
yeah,
Go ahead,
I'm
Roger.
pretty sure that they probably heard because I said that on the breakdown. Did you say that
Oh,
too?
okay.
I know I said it.
Um,
Did you say it too?
I mean, I've said something similar. Like, I don't think that women set up families when they decide to procreate in back seats of cars and in hotel rooms and in under the bleachers of sports stadiums. And I've said something to that effect. But if you said that verbatim, then maybe it was you, Roger. Report.
Well, I did say a lot of
Yeah.
them. A lot of them do have bad family values, and I say that because it's true. That's the only reason I said it. If you start looking at a lot of single mothers and the fact that they're complaining about the men that they had children by, on social media, they basically letting us know they're not really good people. Um, I had a baby by a dude. He's not around. Okay, why is he not around? Well, he went to prison or he went to jail. He's in and out of jail, or he's around but he won't go to work. It's always something about what he won't do, or he's in a bad situation, or he living with his mama and don't want to come over here and be at the house and help me with this and help. It's always something about what this guy won't do. So my thing is, the guy's clearly not that great of a person. Yet you made a life-changing decision with the guy, meaning having a baby. What good woman wants to have a baby with a bad man?
See, but that's the thing. I don't think they choose to have a baby. They choose to fuck. That's the difference. The baby is just a
Without a
non.
condom? Without a condom, though?
Yeah,
Yeah,
without.
yeah. Some of their mentalities are so trash. They actually think that, oh, I was just fucking. I didn't intend to do this. I'm like,
Exactly.
do you check dicks for condoms? Like,
No,
honestly.
my thing is they don't even want the guy to wear a condom. They ain't yeah, they trying to have babies. That's that whole Okay, you know what? Maybe y'all see it differently than me. I'm gonna tell y'all this is how I really view it. Sperm banks cost money. Women don't even like paying for their kids. You think they want to pay for some sperm?
Mm.
I'm sorry. Uh, yeah,
No,
and then
I mean you laughing, but I'm being dead serious.
no. I understand the sperm bank logic because that means that they have to take full accountability for their child. There's no check coming when you make that choice.
Nah.
Well, I'm saying they don't even. A lot of them they do complain about paying for their children. You know what I'm saying? So for these women, they complain about paying for their own children, or they're complaining that some guy ain't helping them pay for their child. If that's your mentality, would you really save up money to go to a sperm bank, or would you just have sex from a dude or with a dude who doesn't care if he has a child or not because he's not going to be involved?
I think
Which one is easier to do?
I think
the thought of the sperm bank is very sophisticated. And more than likely is this is a chick that's already, dabbing into, cats that frequent prison. And she ain't gonna have that type of sophistication about her.
Well, I see. My point is, regardless of it's the cat that goes to prison all the time, the cat that doesn't work, or whatever the case is, she's looking for a guy that doesn't care that much about life because he'll have a baby with her and disappear. That's what she wants. She wants to have a baby, and she doesn't want a father involved. So that's why she goes after those type of men to have a baby by. It's an easy way to do it.
That's interesting because most of the women that I've seen that do that are actually the higher sophisticated ones, to where they figured that a man is just the provisions and stuff, and if I can take care of provisions on my own, what the hell I need them for other than dick and sperm? You know what I mean? Not even as a father. You know what I'm saying? Them bitches is ruthless.
Well, I mean, a woman saying that seems to be, she understands exactly what I'm saying. Me and her are talking the same language right now. See, I know she don't want no man around, or she would. Come on, women are hypergamous. When they want to be in a relationship, they want to feel taken care of. So they want a guy who's about. The woman doesn't want the man. She'll go. She won't worry about hypergamy. She'll take anybody at that point. Well, you know what? I know you don't got no job, but you still got a dick that work. Come on. Because all I really need from you is the sperm so I can have this baby. And then when she had a baby by the dude without no job, she can always blame him and say, no, it's not that I wanted to raise a kid on my own. It's that the dude was no good. So she's setting herself up to be a constant victim so she can always have sympathy when she talks to her friends about it. And what do black women love more than sympathy?
Attention.
Attention is sympathy. It's just a different form of it.
True.
Yeah, shout out to the chat. I see Ty City, Fitness Mom, and I see Jessica. How you doing, Jessica?
Shout out to all those people.
Yes.
Well, see, this is the way I'm thinking about it. See, I know guys, we've heard that, and we've heard even women say, well, y'all just think women ain't smart. I'm a person that actually believes that everybody's just as smart as I am. I ain't figuring out stuff that they can't figure out. These women don't want no fathers around their kids. What's the easiest way to have a baby without getting a father around the child? You have one by a bum.
Yeah. I'm not in the business of treating people like idiots. I am to assume that everyone knows what they're doing since they're so adamant about, saying that they know what they're doing. So my first assumption is it's like when you get pregnant like that you knew what you were doing. You didn't wake up the next day with with your club shot up thinking that, oh, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, women that don't want to get pregnant, they gonna make you wear a condom. That's just the way it is. Because think about it. Think about it. When a woman's sleeping with let's say a woman is married and she's sleeping with a side dude, she gonna make you wear a condom.
Yeah, she's smart. She will.
I'm saying if she cares about the husband and still wants to be with him, she gonna make you wear the condom. See, the woman that doesn't want to get pregnant, she's gonna make sure she don't get pregnant. That woman makes sure she doesn't get pregnant. The women that don't care, it ain't no big deal to them because they're looking to get pregnant. They just ain't trying to tell you they looking to get pregnant. That's all.
So let me answer this. I'm thinking about this lately in the aspect of how dysfunctional all this shit is. Has any of you ever noticed a social decay that ever repaired itself? especially within our community.
No, there's no such thing. The same mind that creates a problem is not the mind that's going to solve a problem. So no, would be never be a social decay that fixes itself. People will have to learn new stuff and start doing something different if they actually want it fixed. So a lot of people who say they want something fixed, my thing is, have you changed your actions while you saying you want it fixed? Because if you ain't even changed your actions, you just lying. And me, I just rather call people liars than act like they telling the truth. You know. So like I've said before that, a lot of sisters are constantly lying. Because they are constantly lying. The stuff they say don't add up to what they do, which means they lying. They know what they doing.
I don't know. Hey, what do you think of like what Mackie just said right here? And then I'll get to what Jessica said. He said it's interesting to note that some black women give a former dime bag crack cocaine dealer a chance, but can't seem to give a quiet, intellectual, and degreed electrical engineer like Marques Brownlee a chance. Do you think that black women avoided Marques Brownlee, or did he just go get the white girl?
I'll let you go first, and then I'll go.
Me?
I think he went after the white chick. Personally, when you're dealing with athletes, especially high school all the way up into college, you get a lot of pilgrim pussy thrown at you. Okay, it starts off probably like late junior high or something like that, and a lot of them cats, they actually have a preface. I mean, they make it easy. So in the aspect of him being, well, I'm thinking of the wrong cat. I was actually thinking of the football player. My bad.
Yeah, I was just going to say Marques Brownlee is not an athlete. He's actually he's a young brother that he does tech reviews on YouTube. Started when he was about 14, 15 years old. He has 10 million subs, and his channel is so big now that people come to him. Like Will Smith has been on his channel, Kobe Bryant, Bill Gates,
I think
Elon
I
Musk.
saw he reviewed Elon Musk's truck. Yeah, I saw that. I remember that cat. Okay, well, you gotta understand something. Okay, there's a certain aspect to the energy of our rigidity, and the dime bag cocaine dealers, they got a raw aspect of that women resonate to, because we know that they're attracted to power, be it from a positive source or a negative source. So when the aspect of that being projected of power in our lower resonant level thinking community, that's gonna reflect as such. And I was a nerd coming up, reading books all the time, had my own lab in the house and everything. And back in the 80s, they used to call you all kinds of shit for having a brain. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn martial arts just so I can not get my ass kicked on the way to school or whatever. So, but understanding where our people come from and the social condition that, I'm saying, women went through in the aspect of, one, their womanhood, two, being black within this nation, and three, coming up under the whole aspect of a white man's manhood being seen as the key thing. That's what everybody saw. The whole thing is, oh, okay, yeah, he got money, he talk hard, possibly a killer or whatever. That shit is going to stand out way more than the cat who's studying for 9 hours every day, and because it's fun or something like that.
That's
Okay,
interesting way to view it. Go ahead.
So Maggie Same has just reiterated what you said earlier, Roger, about Marques Brownlee's accolades as far as social media. Do you think if he broke up with his white girlfriend tomorrow that he would go get the black woman, or he would go get another white woman or a Latino woman?
I'm gonna tell you what, he gonna get whatever he wants. That's what he gonna get.
Yeah.
So the thing
because
is,
he's pretty much Marques Brownlee now. Is not he's not just some guy anymore.
right. His name got a lot of weight that goes with it. So he will
Yeah.
get whatever he wants.
So So, do you think that there's a failure to see potential, or do they just avoid guys like that because they're not the compromised archetype?
Well, that's my answer. At the end of the day, they don't want a Marques Brown. They just want to complain that they don't have one, but they don't actually want one. You know what I'm saying? If you pay attention to women, they're double minded in a lot of stuff that they say and do. They're double minded. Yeah, they would love to benefit off of Marques Brownlee, but they don't want to be with a Marques Brownlee because Marques Brownlee don't have to listen. Most black women agree with white supremacy, and white supremacy has told them that they are superior to black men. Therefore, they must find a man to fit that narrative. Therefore, they cannot be with a person like a Marques Brownlee because Marques Brownlee has weight behind his name, and he can't be forced to listen to them. He ain't got no felonies. He ain't got no PO officer. He ain't got no he ain't involved in illegal activity and things like that. She don't have a way to control a brother like him. So therefore she's not going to be attracted as much. You know, I'm not saying she wouldn't have sex with the dude, you know what I'm saying? Cuz a lot of people act like, you know what I'm saying, black women have sex with one type of dude and not the other. They screwing some of everybody. So they'll have sex with anybody. But see, a person like Marques Brownlee, you can't get with him and then get the baby out of wedlock because he ain't finna give it to you. They know that.
So let's take this in a different direction. So is he deserving of the social media punishment that he's gotten for being with a Caucasian female as a girlfriend? Like
I
calling
think
him a sellout, a coon, the self hater. He hate his mama. His mama black.
They always try to use that shit.
you know what? This might hurt their heart, but I think he too rich to even notice. Real talk. The man does tech reviews. He probably hasn't even noticed the backlash he's been getting. To tell you the truth, the dude is that big. He's actually that accomplished. Because when I found out who he was and what he's done, I was extremely impressed. The young man is just way too accomplished. Probably even notice that black women are even talking about him. That's the reality.
Probably got to get past his mail first.
What'd you say?
I said you probably got to get past his mail first. From
Yeah.
tech companies.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think I seriously, in my real honest opinion, I'm pretty sure this guy life got so much going on he hasn't even noticed. That's what I really believe.
Yeah.
And if he actually did notice, I think he's too rich to care at this point. And and I don't think, like I said, they don't want to be with him no way, because at the end of the day, he don't come off as a type of brother that's just gonna be with some woman for like, I'm gonna mess with her for a couple years and then just have a baby and then I'm gonna go my own way. He don't even come off as that type of dude.
Nah.
So he you know what I'm saying? What can a black woman do with him? Unless she really to be there for the long haul, actually get married, have a real family, never get a divorce. You know what I'm saying? Like I doubt he would actually take interest in her anyway.
Now, the quality of the chick we talk about is just what, like, you know what I'm saying, a 7 round away chick or something like that, or what we talking about? So we ain't talking about no chick that's a 10, been in the Ivy League, no shit like that, right? What we talking about?
I mean, the man basically can get his pick of the litter. He's so big, and think about it. He's constructed his own he's constructed his own brand. He got big just doing exactly what he wanted to do. He hasn't had to be in any kind of compromised position at all. He don't have to buy stuff no more. People will say, "Man, you can have this. Can you please review it on your show?"
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, he's getting all this free stuff from all over the place. If like, I think even his the Tesla vehicle that he got, I think he got that free too, because he was interested in driving a Tesla. So they was like, okay, well, here go a new one for you, brother. Go and check this out. You can review this too. So I mean, this brother is saving a gang of money on all the best stuff. You know what I mean? It ain't like I'm talking about anything, on all the best stuff.
Yeah, that was a dope review, by the way, too.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, like, he too rich to really care about what a bunch of women online is saying. Like, I seriously doubt he would even care. And he seems like a stable he's always seemed like a stable young man, based on because I saw videos where people was, like, doing documentary about his life and what he's been doing and how he got famous and how he hit a certain wave at the right time and all. He don't even come across as a dude that's gonna really care to be in any type of dysfunction at all. He don't come across as that type of dude. I hate to break anybody's heart, but he just don't seem like he's gonna be involved in dysfunction.
Yeah, so you don't think he's looking over his shoulder and around corners for the dick police? You know, like walking through the park holding hands, and then you hear noises and shit around them, and looking up in trees.
See, he go get that, even though so even if someone who doesn't know who he is, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I think it's a cultural thing for some reason, to get those kind of looks, and but for people not to understand a black man's perspective towards interacting with, what I'm saying, the sector. Me coming up in North Tulsa, Oklahoma, we had just a whole different dialect with it. Dialect as far as engaging, white chicks or something. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's a stigma to something that we didn't do. We got our own cultural thing with it, but I suspect that, where that brother from?
I don't remember where he's from. I can't think of that offhand. I'm gonna look it up.
North Carolina, something like that. North California, I think so.
I think so. Somewhere out west.
Yeah, so out there, come on, that's the culture there. So if you got somebody like, say, he had a black chick in Atlanta hating on his ass because he had a white chick, and that's what he grew up in. That's what he all around.
Yeah, he's out of New Jersey.
Oh, okay, he's out of Jersey. All right, so we're talking him being involved in the tech world. It's like, come on, more than likely he's going to be involved with like you said, so many different deals, so many people in front of him, giving him business, expanding his mind, and all kind of different stuff. That stuff is not going to relate to him.
He doesn't even like I said, he doesn't even exist in this particular realm. So
yeah,
but he's in a multicultural world. So in fact, one time I actually when he got, what was it, 10 million? No, he wasn't at 10 million yet. He was at 5 million. I gave him his big ups, right? And the Asians and the white dudes came and attacked me because I said I was proud of him because I was a black man.
Oh boy.
So he doesn't. So his fans and whatnot, basically, he doesn't exist. He exists in a multicultural world.
Yeah.
So his little white girl, 7, is what he wants, which is what most tech people pick. They don't pick dimes or 8, 9s, or 10s. They pick 6s and 7s that are stable.
Right.
Okay, so you're answering my question from earlier. I was saying that did black women avoid this guy, or did he go get the white guy?
He didn't grow up around him, so they
didn't
avoid him. They didn't have to avoid him
from
because
that part of Jersey.
Yeah, he never looked for him. I think his dad's an engineer or something like that. So his mom is black, his dad's black, but his dad's an engineer. So he's one of those black nerds that played games online and stuff like that, and built his own computer and stuff like that, because he's been doing this since like 13 or 14 years old. He's been, when YouTube first started, he started doing reviews when he's a little kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw a little when he did his because I'm actually subscribed to the brother, and when he did like a little like a celebration video for hitting 10 million subs, he showed a small clip of his first video, and I was like, oh, he was just a shouty, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, he was, yeah.
So by the time he was at 13, 14 years old, man, he ain't thinking about stuff the way the normal, the majority of black culture thinks about things. He was already gone. He was gone.
Yeah, he was gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is she white or Latina? She looks like Latina, doesn't she? For some reason.
Yeah.
She doesn't look quite Caucasian, but yeah, he didn't. Yeah.
But all I can say about him is about to the women is y'all supposed to jump on them brothers. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
if you see a brother with that type of potential, you're supposed to jump on it. Like
they can't. The black women can't relate to him, man. They can't relate to him at all.
That man be talking. He be trying to talk to them about the newest iPad. Or some shit like that.
Like, most white women can't relate to him.
You know what? Sometimes
who's the key gripping. He talking about he know the guy that was the key gripping into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, that kind of guy. Yeah.
If a person told me that they was gonna give me a job paying $250,000 a year to work at a nuclear plant, I ain't gonna relate, but I'd take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just learn as I go. As I go.
But you're not qualified for the job if you can't relate to him.
I would pick up the books and I read what.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's sometimes it's okay to learn new things. That's all I'm saying.
It was, yeah,
So
yeah. You can learn it, but the thing is, are you? Or can you be that? It's not a fact. Can you learn it? They can. Black women can code switch, but they can't keep it up because they can't relate. They can't relate to him. Hell, they can barely relate to me.
So in saying that, you're also saying that it will probably be the choice of the black female to dodge this guy anyway.
Yeah, until now they wouldn't, but yeah, but back then when he was a shorty, when he was just starting out before they even knew who he really was, they're just now discovering really who he is. Once I think he passed, he was at 5 million subscribers before they actually realized who he really was.
God damn. Yeah, well, that's usually how it happens.
Huh?
They barely know him now.
Yeah, it's just a certain segment of women because of Elon Musk and what is it? The first time they noticed him was he had actually interviewed Kobe Bryant. That's when they first noticed him.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, they hear him talk. You can tell they can't relate to him.
Oh yeah, him and Tim Duncan, they'll have a phenomenal conversation, with all their words enunciated properly, and talking about the holidays on the ski slopes and shit. I mean, that's Marques Brownlee right there. I hear him talk. I'm like, yeah, I can understand everything you're saying because I had those problems too growing up, buddy.
The funny part to me is he seemed like a cool dude.
Yes.
He seemed like a real cool dude.
Yeah, he's real.
I don't think that this is the guy I have a problem with.
No, he's real laid. No, he's real laid back. He's real cool. He likes geek stuff, and and that he likes his. I think the two guys that work for him are Asian, and they hang out with him, and he's just he's a hardcore black geek, and that's who he is. He loves being that.
Yeah. You'll stay pissed off with him when you're trying to play games, and he come over because he pick up the controller, and they just
wipe the floor with you.
Yeah, just ridiculous.
Yeah, so when he comes pulling up in a Tesla, so he gets attention. Yeah, black women are.
Yeah, and if you watched him, because I've watched him, because like I said, I subbed to him when it was people started to make a big deal, and I was like, okay, well let me check in the dude or whatever. He seemed like a cool dude. Like you'll never know this dude was rich if you just kicking it with him. Like you'll never know he had money or anything. He just seemed like super regular. But a lot of
that's how you keep regular. I caught wind of him in 2008, if I'm not mistaken, when I subbed to him. So I've been following him a long time, man. He's been at it a long time.
So let me shift the conversation a little bit. What if Marques Brownlee had a fall from grace? SWAT team just drop in on his roof and they find 2 bags of baby powder. He go down to the county for 2 days and shit. And there are articles everywhere about it. And one thing for sure, I think black women will hop on it and start saying stuff like what he should have got with a black woman.
Yeah, and be waiting for him when he gets out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna assume that was planted on him and can't keep on.
He probably make a call to Bill Gates and say, hey, what how can you get what kind of lawyer do I need to get out of this?
Right.
They cover it up. He's too big. They cover it up.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I am very proud of the dude. Real talk, and I started doing a Living the Legends award on my channel that I'm gonna give to one guy a year. You know what I'm saying? And it probably won't be that long before he gets one, because this dude is he is incredibly positioned himself as a man in our society. Period. Let alone just a black man. Dude is just top notch.
Yeah,
plain and simple.
Yeah, I remember he used to do it. I remember when he started in his bedroom, because he used to because he's real neat. He would talk about how he used to keep his bedroom up, right, and organize his clothes and all that kind of stuff. And then when he moved into his dorm room, same thing. And then his first apartment, and then I think it was 4 years ago, got his first studio. And I think, and then he just announced he's moving into a bigger one. He just announced that yesterday. where he's gone into a studio space that's like 3 times the space that he was in.
Yeah, and he's brilliant, he's rich,
Mm.
and he's humble. You know, like I
Oh
don't
yeah.
see why anybody could not like the dude. He's a very likable guy. You know, so I'm pretty sure he'll be hated as black women figure out who he is more and more. They'll probably hate him because he's a very likable guy.
They probably can't really hate on him because they can't understand him. There's some guys that just the black woman just really can't go after because black women saying, "Oh yeah, he's a nice guy, but I wouldn't pick him." That's the first thing I would say. So they really can't hate on him because he don't have a black man swag. That's for sure.
It's, it's an interesting thing about people like Marques Brownlee, especially when they're coming up, because I was kind of like him when I was coming up, doing my nerd things. Of course, art was my thing, and I was like, we had the internet like back in the late '80s, so I started programming QBasic way back then.
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago. Yeah, QBasic.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And of course, I got pulled into the culture because he didn't get pulled in, and I think that was to his advantage. But if you can imagine, how many other guys like him would have, went off and been as successful as he is, had they not gotten pulled into this nonsense that we call black culture.
Yeah, I think he came along at a time where he actually grew up on YouTube, so he's actually surrounded by a completely different culture. So for him to get pulled into it, that'd have been extremely hard because he got surrounded by a lot of, even when he was young, a lot of the white techies actually took him in because it's so unusual to see a young teenager. I think he was like, when I first saw him, I think he was on the Screensaver. Was it Screensavers? No, it was on Tech TV. And
yep, that's where I saw him. Tech TV.
Tech TV when I first saw him. And I didn't know who he was, right? But the thing is, I think he was like 16 or 17 then. And so the white techies just took him in and just embraced him. So there was probably no chance that the black culture was actually going to suck him in.
Hey, for exchange of the type of knowledge that he got when they took him in like that, I would have sacrificed black culture too.
Well, they try to recruit him to actually be online because what's his name? Leo Laporte tried to recruit him to actually be part of Tech TV. And he said, he said, I'd rather do what I'm doing. So, he actually wanted to go to school and go to college. So that's what he really wanted to do. He wanted to finish college first. That's the only reason he didn't take him up on it.
A man like that black women would not ever try. The average black woman would never try to be with a man like that because women like familiarity. It's sort of like, how men are specialized hunters. They know the type of women that usually fall for them. Well, women are like that too. So, and he seems very disciplined. He seems like he knows what he wants. He's driven. And so therefore, the average black woman who is undisciplined and not as driven will not be able to control him as easily as someone else that they're more used to.
Oh, he's a neat freak, so he would drive the average black woman nuts.
The best people in the world are neat freaks.
So it's like, even if he wasn't with someone who was of another race, the kind of black woman he would have to be with is most likely already married because, the kind of women that would fit his lifestyle, they're probably snatched up by somebody that's a nerd or a geek or a techie at 18, 19, or 20. So, you're not going to find single black women that are disciplined and into tech that are single at 24. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's as far as black women are concerned, he's gone. So they don't have a shot at him because he got white women lined up back to back trying to get in right now.
So with the fact that they're pushing young sisters to code real hard within the last like 5-6 years, do we see that trend actually changing?
To code, what the odd thing is that because I'm older. The first black people they taught to code were black women because black women were the punch card operators. They were actually programming the actual computer. So they're actually teaching black women to code before even black men was. So I'm sure why black women fell so far behind, except that I guess they didn't like it very much. So I think from what I'm hearing, from my geeks is that just because you teaching black women to code doesn't mean that's what they like in their real life. It's just a job to them. They still like what they like.
It's not a passion.
No.
If it was, I think if stuff like that was more of a passion to them, you'll have a lot more of them going into the STEM fields because they do go to college, but they don't necessarily go to STEM.
Yeah,
in that great of a number.
They code because it's a job, and if you ever been to any hangouts or any user groups or even black user groups, ain't no women. It's all guys. Because most even black guys will that are interested in will do it as a hobby. They'll learn the code as a hobby first, and then they'll get into it. But black women, it's like, okay, how can I make some money? And what do I have to do? And what's the minimum that I have to do to get there? And that's what they'll do. So say you have to learn this, and this. And to get a job, they'll learn this, and this to get the job. And
they have no passion for it whatsoever.
They have no passion for it whatsoever.
And put their mind through all that training and shit. Damn.
Yeah, Flossie Carter is different because Flossie Carter does have swag, and Flossie Carter is into tech in a different way. Because Flossie Carter is also into hip hop. I think he was a DJ, so he's into tech in a different way. And he's not the nerd that Marques Brownlee is. He's not as hardcore as Marques Brownlee. He likes tech, he likes devices and stuff like that. But Marques Brownlee is at another level.
And truth be told, if you was actually hanging out, like if Marques Brownlee was your cousin, and he was around like regular average black people like that, we probably protect him anyway, because we wouldn't let him get caught up with no trash. They say, ain't nobody gonna let that man get taken off his square like that.
No. Even the women would surround him and push him in a different direction. They'd be more protective of him. No, girl. No. She's not good for you. Okay, you on your purpose, baby. Get you a nice little black girl. This semi nerdy like you. And we gonna hook you up.
Yeah, he too cool to just let these let these sisters out here. But and then a lot of them, like I said, when it comes to the single mother thing, a lot of them are that. And then for me, I'll say it again, a lot of them ain't that great of people anyway. So he'll probably want to stay away from it as it is, especially with him being a neat freak and being so organized and so disciplined.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna make for a good match.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, Roger, if she got kids, maybe not. Probably not gonna happen.
Oh no, not even close.
I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. Seriously doubt it.
Yeah, he won't be more likely trying to give the kids an iPhone and teach the kids the code. And they keep stepping while she's trying to give him some coochie. No, that's okay. I'm just trying to help your kids. I'm gonna move right along.
He's kind of like what he reminds me of is sort of like the Neil deGrasse Tyson of tech.
Yes,
because Neil, of course, that dude is in his own world, and was it like, have you ever been to a Neil deGrasse Tyson show or just seen them advertise?
I've seen them advertise.
They sell out. Oh yeah, they sell out in like the first 5 hours.
Yeah,
I've been trying to get to one of his shows for the past 5 years. I can never get a ticket.
Yeah, they're on a different level. So
I'm gonna call up Marques Brownlee and see if I can pull some strings for you.
You have Bill Gates put in a good word for you.
Right. I'm holler at Bill real quick and see what I can do.
Yeah, well, he is the I hate to say he's the token Negro of tech. He's the preferred. He's young.
Good.
He's young. He's personable. He's humble. He's got universal appeal. So I say, do your thing. Yeah, do your thing, man.
Yeah. Now, if you take the exact same guy and make him
Mhm.
a hooper or a
Mhm.
football player, black women are loving to death.
You know what?
Exact same guy.
There was one, but that played for the Lakers, Andrew Bynum, who was actually a nerd, just like Marques Brownlee. He's just 7 feet, so he can make more money playing basketball than actually building computers and programming. Otherwise, he's actually a nerd. And black women, they don't flock to Andrew Bynum that way either. They just don't rock with him, even though he was he played for like almost 10 years. He played for almost 10 years. He made like $40-50 million.
Well, I mean, he's a 7-footer, so I'm pretty sure they had to figure that out first. They still wanted to get around because he was 7 feet. You know?
Yeah, until he opened his mouth and figured out what he's interested in.
Yeah.
He was more likely to hang out with Justin Bieber and get high. One thing he did do was get high, though, even though he smoked weed.
So I just looked up. I was looking up Marques Brownlee and everything, and I was checking out his family.
Mhm.
And first off, my cult was centered in New Jersey. We
Okay.
were main tabernacle was in Irvington, and he's from
Okay.
Maplewood, which is right next door to Irvington, New Jersey. And that
Okay.
place is where there are a lot of rich people in his area.
Mhm.
And then I also saw that he has a sister. Her name is Simone, and she is a track star and a sorority member, as well as going to high degree as well. So yeah, his family is definitely not the type that's going to have black spouses or anything like that.
Yeah, he's not a little guy. He's like 6'5".
Dang, why you
He's
gotta
like
say it like
6'5".
that?
That little guy.
I wouldn't say they wouldn't have black spouses, but they just not gonna take anybody. I'm just gonna say it like that.
Who's his sister dating? Let's put it there. Who's his sister dating?
They didn't show her with a man, and the way she looks and the way I don't think she seems like, yeah.
She has
she has a mojo type body, AKA style, sorority type thing.
Okay.
College degree and all this other stuff. And
so she boule, huh?
Yes, and they're from Maplewood, so
okay,
that alone tells you a lot. That's like that's equivalent to being like from like Bel Air or something in that little section of New Jersey.
Well, my thing is, let's just leave Marques Brown and say they can't miss what they never had. Just
yeah. They should, even though they tried this. Marques Brownlee's dating with a white woman. Most women are like, who? Get right on rolling.
I think. Really, I think the only reason he's kind of talked about in these spaces is really because of men, because we kind of know who he are, but most sisters they have no clue.
Yeah, well, most
but,
men don't have a clue about him either. So.
What I'm saying, us that do, we're proud of what he's accomplished as black men. We're proud of him, so we'll mention him, but that's about it. What was you trying to say, Kev?
No. Shoot. No, I think you had pretty much covered that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
In other words, I forgot.
Okay, I got you. Well, I'm gonna say it again. Yeah, I found out who he was, and I was just proud of him because I seen a young brother doing his thing like that. You know, my thing is,
but I remember it now. I remember what I was gonna say now. I was just saying, you did still have the same little bunch of feminists who are the social justice warriors that ain't got nothing else to do but surf the web for shit to complain about. Mm-hmm. Still make articles about Marques Brownlee having a white woman.
Still? Okay, I thought they
Yeah, they still did it. They still did it. So
I'm pretty sure they did. But I mean, what does the SJW stand for?
Social
Justice Warrior.
Nah, stands for loser. That's cute that y'all think it stands for Social Justice Warrior, though. But
okay. Hey, that's what that is. Just quoting the acronym. Okay, the slogan.
Now, I'm saying, what do Social Justice Warrior do? They go around, they complain about stuff. For what? For what reason?
Because of some stuff they don't like. That's really
okay. everybody ain't gonna like everything. So you're being extra vocal about something you personally don't like. You're a loser.
Yeah, well, that's true.
That's what losers do. They go way out their way. They go way out their way to try to stop somebody else from getting something that they might enjoy. You see what I'm saying? That's what it. You should make your movie that way because somebody else might enjoy it that doesn't agree with my opinion. So you should make your music that way because someone who doesn't agree with my opinions might enjoy that music. That's so they just go around trying to stop other people from enjoying stuff. That's losers. I don't care what you put on the title. That's a loser.
True that.
I mean, we would never accept that in our real lives. Would you ever let somebody come in your house and say, "Nah, you don't serve that cake. Serve this one." I don't want y'all to eat that cake because people here might enjoy it. Yeah,
it happens all the time. I'm a vegetarian. Okay, don't eat what's served. Try to find something else to eat. It happens all the time.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is just because you a vegetarian don't mean we're gonna let you come in the house and tell the rest of us I can't eat this pork chop just because you standing there. You ain't got to eat it.
That's true. So when I'm at your house, guess what I eat? I eat vegetarian food.
But my thing is that's fine. But the social justice warrior is the person that tries to stop me from eating the pork chop.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
You know where that
came from.
Hey guys,
what's up?
Don't mean to break in the conversation, but I need y'all to take a look at the screen.
Oh shit!
Oh, yeah, I thought
this really happened.
Yeah, just hit the red table. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So the apology tour continues.
Oh my God!
Snoop like a fucking physics professor.
You can tell he's angry behind him. I look behind them eyes like these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers. It continues, boy. I hate doing this shit.
He over there trying to solve the unsolvable equation right now.
Can it get any stranger?
No.
Based on what I haven't really checked into the story, but based on what I heard, it can't get much stranger than this one.
Yeah, everybody's just saying at two Snoop.
At two. Thank you, Master Teacher. At two Snoop. What the fuck?
What?
He says two Snoop.
See, I heard that Jada Pinkett came out saying that she saw Snoop say what he said in response to Gail, and it felt like it felt like Snoop was talking to her. Like this is the most ridiculous.
Look,
Shouty, like
she's part of the gynocracy. Of course, he was talking to her.
Man, I couldn't even figure out where she got that from. Like real, for real? You felt like he was talking to you? Well, you need to slap yourself. That's what you need to do then. Because that's what Gail should have did.
Like a skinny pink.
Man, what the hell is going on in this world, man?
What's up?
Crazy.
It's the gynocracy, man. Using that pimp hand.
This is the same man. I'm a gangster. Like what happened?
Yeah, he also got to kiss the ring too.
Ooh.
Kiss the ring.
Wow,
Shut up, kiss the goddamn ring, man. Go ahead.
All right, but wait, man.
Well,
How much do you think he's going to capitulate on this motherfucker? He can't.
Oh, he got another week. That's a week or two. The end of the month, in the Black History Month. That thing got after he's been thoroughly humiliated and rehabilitated. Okay, we'll let you alone now. We'll let you keep your money.
Yeah, Snoop thinking about them kids right now.
He thinking about his own fortune, man, because that's
what I mean. That's what I mean. His kids, his grandkids. He thinking about them.
He's 170 though.
Huh?
He's 170 million. What could they do to him?
Shit, they take down billionaires. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they'll find a way to separate you from your money if they really want to.
They take down billionaires. The white kind. They want to take your money.
That's beyond.
Look at what's his name, Bernie Madoff. How much was he worth when they got his ass?
Yeah. But my thing is that whole. It felt like you were talking to me. Like I couldn't believe she said that.
Mm.
You dog.
Seriously. That's all I said when I heard this while I was driving. I just said in my mind, seriously, like you really said that? Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
You what do you call her? A dog head hoe? What do you say?
Dog face.
Dog face bitch.
Yeah, it was dog headed. It was dog headed.
It was
Pretty
tough.
sure.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Look at that bitch head in the middle of this motherfucker. Like a motherfucker. A greyhound. So what the fuck is that?
Yeah. I said, okay. I said, oh, they really gonna go in and make sure nobody else comes behind and does this again.
Yeah. Everybody want a piece of them now. Everybody want a piece.
No. This is
I
a
mean,
lesson.
but we still. Hey, but y'all, we still got Boosie.
Next one.
It's got a high tech lynching going on in process.
Yeah, you think they're working on Boosie though?
Who?
Nah.
The Boosie?
Nah.
He ain't big enough.
You're right. They done kicked him out of Planet Fitness, I heard. Like he can't go there. But hey. Yeah.
They're gonna make Boosie apologize too. That's gonna I'm telling you, man.
He ain't big enough. He ain't making them apologize. They just
I'm just joking. I'm just joking anyway.
It's just gonna shut him out. He won't make no more money.
Yeah. I mean, he'll still be able to go somewhere and rap "Wipe Me Down" though, in some local club in his town.
That's where he's gonna be at too.
You know, in the 80s, in the early animation in the 80s, they used to say that the world was gonna be this way, the way this crazy shit is right now. And I was thinking as a kid, there's no way it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see that shit play out exactly the way the motherfuckers did in the anime.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they were talking about this with 1984. You know, they were talking about this a long time. It's not new.
Yeah.
Well, you know, my thing is just men gonna have to stand up on certain issues and just stop being so accommodating to nonsense. That's what I'm gonna call it. You know, brothers just gotta stop being accommodating to nonsense. You know, if I was Snoop, man, I'd have been like, well, apologize for what? That's what I would have said. You know, I'd have quit them jobs. Whatever I think he got like a TV show or something like that with Martha Stupid. I'd have just quit. Real talk.
If it was just the industry, that'd be one thing. We're talking about the United States government,
right? We talking about.
Oh, well, yeah.
You're talking
right.
DO, you're talking about the DOD, you're talking about the IRS, you're talking about all those. They make a phone call. Okay, your tax attorney. Hey, Snoop, look, man. I just got a call. Okay, they're going back 15 years on your tax returns, bro.
Yeah. Now you ain't lying. They would have did that to him too. They sure would have.
Do bullshit like you fly to Japan to do a gig and they temporarily revoke your passport and you stuck for a couple of months because you can't go into the country, you can't go out, so you stuck. Little shit like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, once they got Susan Rice involved, you know it was over with.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So I can't fault the man for doing all this apologizing, but
yeah, but now they're humiliating him. I said, oh man, they're gonna humiliate the dude like this. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they.
But let me ask y'all a question.
Mm-hmm.
Since Susan Rice is mixed, can you actually qualify her as your garden variety bed?
They said that she's not mixed. They actually corrected me. DC, who actually knows the family, right? He says that his parents are from Jamaica and they're both black. She's just really, really light skinned. She looks like she's white.
Oh. Okay, so she
married to a white man. She mixed.
But she's
I'm
swirler.
kidding.
Yeah, she's a swirler. But yeah.
Yeah, my thing is I don't care. At the end of the day, she threatened that man with an army. When I look at it, somebody should have locked her up.
Well, yeah, should have.
That's why you got the full might of feminism.
Yeah, the black gynocracy came in and said, okay, we got people in high places. And she pulled a card, okay? And now he's got to do the apology tour.
Yeah, and then have Snoop Dogg with tears in his eyes in front of Jada Pinkett.
Yep.
I Snoop Dogg, he's studio anyway. I mean,
Nah, not really.
Oh, what
word.
he's actual Crip gangster.
Yes, he is. He was actually he actually beat a murder charge in L.A. A couple of them.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, murder was the case they gave.
Murder was the case that they gave.
Yeah, murder was the case they gave him. Yep. He actually beat that charge. He was actually in the car with a gun. He beat that charge. Is what it is. You know.
All right.
I'm gonna be on video saying it's wrong to say the word bitch.
Yeah, a PSA, huh?
Yeah, they might make them do that too.
All right, boys and girls. I understand. You know, a bitch is an adult word and it can't be used in mixed company. So you should respect your black women's.
Right. He's gonna be on Sesame Street in the dress in a minute saying that.
You just wrong, man. That's wrong. Him and Billy Porter doing a rap session, huh?
I'm saying they doing a man bogus. They doing my man bogus over there.
Oh,
hey man, yeah. Hey, this might have been some kind of I don't know, rumor. I heard Lil Nas X got a girlfriend.
Who?
Lil Nas X.
Nah, you know what? I never believed dude was gay. I never believed dude was gay. Real talk.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think he lied, man.
I think so too. I've never actually believed the dude was actually gay because I ain't seen him doing nothing gay. I ain't heard it. I haven't heard it.
That cat got softness all in his eyes, all in his face. Yeah, that brother is moist.
Has he been caught doing anything gay?
I don't know, yeah, you see what the fuck he be doing now? He be trashing about towns and shit. That nigga is super,
No, don't get me wrong. I know he wears certain clothes that's questionable. But my thing is he claimed he gay. My personal belief is he just said that to make more money. So I'm asking, has anybody caught that man doing anything gay? Like, has he been holding some guy's hand? Has he been kissing some dude? Has he been all in some other guy's lap? Has anybody caught that brother doing anything gay?
Sausage McFritter, that's what you asking?
Huh? What was that?
Not that I've heard.
Does he have friends named Sausage McFritter? Is that what you're asking?
Y'all just wrong, man. What y'all been drinking tonight, man? Y'all just wrong.
No, hear me out though.
Mm-hmm.
If a black man is
let me ask you a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, I'm about to share the screen or tape. That's him right there. That's Lil Nas X.
Okay.
Do you get heterosexual from that?
YMCA.
Okay. No, check it out though. Look. In today's climate,
yeah.
if you black and you gay, when it comes to financially, you winning. Yeah. Period. You'll win more as a black man if you gay. And this is what I'm saying.
He might be a soy boy.
Well, this is what I'm saying though. He a young dude. The way the media is about black men, they love to catch us in some gay stuff. They love it. So my question is, has anybody caught that man doing anything gay? Like for real? Because if he was doing it, the paparazzi would get it, I'm sure.
That does. Oh my God! Oh, Lord have mercy! Nah.
Put this on.
I think this is a bumper clot, man. And what he doing in the rose-colored carpet garment, man? Why?
Bumper clot, rise,
bumper clot, man. I'm gonna bust the UE. I'm headed back out the door.
Fire.
Okay. Now I grant it. Yeah, he's dressing extremely gay. Yeah. He's dressing like he gay. I give you that.
So he might have a beard, man. So yeah,
there's nothing like that in my closet.
Yeah, but my thing is because he's in the music scene, he had this big hit single, and he just came out of nowhere and said that. So my thing is like, what was his purpose? So I'm just guessing, is this like a Milli Vanilli type deal where he pretending he gay until he get caught?
You think he might be gay for play? Yeah, he could be. He could be posing.
Man, they threw a Young Thug picture in that shit though.
But you know what I'm saying though. Has anybody caught him with a dude? Like you're a very successful young man right now. Even if you gay, can't you come up with a man?
What's his lyrics like though?
Don't know.
I don't listen to him. So
Never.
I mean, the only thing they really used was he's gonna take his Old Town Road. He take his horse down the Old Town Road and ride till he can't ride it no more. That people have interpreted that as like,
And
I
you
don't
know.
know. Them gestures a little bit on the sugary side, man.
You say he cheated on his baby. That doesn't necessarily mean woman. I mean,
No, the double earrings, the bracelet, the rings, the rhinestones. Yeah,
look,
okay.
me
I
and
don't
me,
know.
it's a lot
Sometimes,
of
man,
straight.
people they be making them put that shit on though, man.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not saying. I don't
it's
know.
straight men that dress gay. I give you that.
There's limits, okay.
Look at the ruffles in the
Well, you know the lead singers of the Village People. They were straight. Okay, the two dudes that led them, they were straight. The backup singers
hey,
were all gay, but the dudes in the lead were actually straight guys. In fact, Miles J said
hey, Rodney.
he didn't realize till like a year in that they're actually playing gay songs. They had gay fans. He said, "Wait a minute, I'm just singing lyrics."
You making
Hey,
too much
Rodney.
money to quit then.
Yeah, well,
What's
Hey,
up, kid?
Rodney.
What's up?
You see that picture on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that look says, "Oh man, look like she got some good pussy over there"? No, that look doesn't say that. Let me stop, man, before I get a strike.
you ain't lying. Yeah, you probably might. Yeah, there might be ear hustle.
I'm sorry. Like,
Hey, there's
Look,
nothing wrong with it. If if you that way, you that way.
yeah, I mean, I mean, like,
if that
that's
man
the way
is
you.
gay, that's his business. But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's his business.
As a black man, if he's doing something gay, I'm talking about like you holding hands with another man, kissing another man, rubbing some other man's head or whatever. The media goes to extra lengths to catch guys in gay positions if you're black. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are there any
Look
pictures
like
of him participating in any gay acts?
I don't know, but it look like he daydreaming about a bag of dicks in this picture right now. I mean,
See, there you go. You asking for this, right? You asking.
all right, man. Let me stop.
I can hear the AI. So what did he say? Put it together. Let's send it to a human to see what this means.
Okay, for all those listening, we don't care if the man's gay or not. That's his business if he wants to be gay. It's totally legal to be gay. I'm only saying that I'm honestly saying that I think it may be an element that he's just claiming to be gay, and because he just announced it for like no reason. You know what I mean? Like nothing was going on to make him even say that. He just on a TV show, he just all of a sudden, hey y'all, I'm gay. Like who does that? When what was the purpose?
Fitness Mom says he has Wranglers on his booty. I think that's a lyric in the song.
Oh, okay.
Let me go.
I don't even know who the dude is, but yeah,
Like you ever heard the saying, "You may not be a hoe, but you wearing a hoe outfit." I think that's what these guys are trying to say about Lil Nas X.
I'm trying to figure who is he? Is it Nas's son or something like that?
Well, actually, him and Nas have collabed in a song together that I haven't heard yet and not really looking forward to, but it's fact.
That was sick too, because they trying to attach that shit to hip hop, and hip hop don't need no type of faggotry attached to it whatsoever.
Yeah, well, what did he say? There ain't no love for homo thugs.
It's sad with the music things on. You can't even claim it no more because all the icons, the current icons of the shit is super moist. And it's like, what the fuck? Where's the rigidity in our culture? That's just like they trying to erase our culture of all fucking rigidity.
They're trying to make the image of take the toxicity out of masculinity, black masculinity. They want them to be supportive and docile.
Supportive and docile.
Just like what's his name in Star Wars?
Talking about Finn.
Yeah, Finn.
No, Yeah. John Boyega's character.
John Boyega's character. Yeah, you notice that semi-moist character that follows behind a white woman.
Oh yeah, behind the battle axe feminist, kind of like Batwoman and Luke on that show. Yeah, I got you.
Yep, it's supposed to be a white woman sidekick.
What? See, my thing is, I'm not tripping if that brother gay or not, because I honestly don't care whether he's gay or not. I'm just saying that right now in the climate that we live in, this claim you're gay, it's going to increase your fan base.
Yeah,
and you're gonna make some money off the deal. You're gonna make more money if you're black and you gay. That just seems to be just about the case. So I'm just thinking this brother just saying, hey, you know what? I'm gonna get this money. I'm gonna claim I'm gay. Had him dress me up in these little outfits. I mean, at the end of the day, he's just trying to make money. It's not like he gotta live a gay lifestyle in front of people. So that's why I'm asking, did anybody catch that man in the gay act? Did he hold his boyfriend's hand? You know?
No, but I can tell you that right now.
You might have something.
Well, I'm saying y'all know the media we got. So if they could catch that man doing something gay, I'm pretty sure they've been all over the place. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they'll be like, he's taking a stand for the community. They'll do it like that.
Yeah.
Well, he said he came out as gay, so.
Yeah, but he just said it, he just said it. It had nothing to do with what was going on in the conversation, or anything. He just blurted out, "Hey, y'all, I'm gay."
Okay, well, hey, man says he's gay. Why? if someone tells you who they really are, believe them.
I mean,
I can't find nothing.
They don't have to lie like they used to back in the day. Whatever, this is their environment. They're getting the fucking door to everything. So,
I personally think he came out like that to save his career. I think Old Town Road was going to be a one hit. Nobody else was going to give a fuck about anything that he put out. So he just like, oh, well, I'm gay. Oh my god. Somebody like put him in an outfit and give him a couple of Grammys.
Oh, just
like,
to maintain relevancy.
Is that a price you have to pay to be famous now?
That's basically. I'm trying to go basically somewhat toward that role, like for that one. And none of us listen to him. What's his other song?
His other song, and because I looked at it a second ago, his name Panini.
I had no clue what his other song was. I had no
clue. Wait, hold on. Would a regular dude name a song fucking Panini?
Unless it's bread or something.
Panini.
Panini. Have you heard the song? Do you know what the song is? If you heard it on the radio, would you even recognize it?
No, I don't listen to radio.
I mean, how can you differentiate between one modern rapper and another?
Thank you.
This is what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of rappers I don't listen to at all.
I'm sorry.
I've heard...
No. He's gay. He's gay. Nah, he ain't pretending.
I found it.
No, he ain't pretending. No. He's the real deal.
Okay, well maybe he is. I ain't saying he's not.
If he's not, he should be, because there ain't no masculinity in him at all.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Look at that.
Nah. Hey, bro, if you're not, you should be. Okay. If you playing a role, man, you deserve every dollar you get. You playing a role, you deserve every dollar you get.
But yo, look at his picture and look at my fitness mom put on there. Look at his face. If y'all watching this on YouTube, this is hilarious, cuz for real. Wow.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man. Because I was actually watching. Started to watch one episode of Picard, the new Star Trek thing, and first it starts off with a metrosexual black guy praising this white Asian woman about how smart she was and how proud of her he was. I said, "Damn."
Oh my God.
And when it didn't last
Oh
long
my God.
because the Romulus jumped in, teleported in and threw a knife to his chest. So okay,
Got rid of him real quick.
You know what?
Die, nigga.
That's the second thing I've heard of, like in an aspect of one of the cons, like somewhat of an anti-black con of that show. You know what I'm saying? It seems to be, damn, they threw it in Picard too. That's fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Go from
They throwing that shit in everything.
From Cisco and Worf to this dude. See, come on, man.
For real.
Mm-hmm. I guess Worf and Cisco were too masculine.
Yeah. I don't think heterosexual males that are black are allowed in TV shows right now. I could be wrong, but I don't think they're allowed.
The only
only
person that's allowed is the dude that plays Luke Cage. They love his ass, man.
No, but he's not on TV, and technically that's been canceled.
No, he was on TV. He's on TV. He's on something else because he was on The Good Wife for a minute.
Yeah,
something else.
He was in that movie Black and Blue.
No, not movie. I'm saying television, like a recurring role on television. Are there any black?
No, he was on something else. I'm trying to remember what it was. That's current. I'm trying to remember what it is. But he was on that's how he got this Luke Cage role, because he was on this on the TV series The Good Wife, and White Woman went crazy. So
I think more is that Mary Jane, Finding Mary Jane. Is that still on the air?
No, I think they did a special about her getting married. I think they did one episode to actually finish up the series. That was last year.
Okay, I was going to say, was Morris Chestnut the lone heterosexual black male on television? But Morris ain't on there either now. Okay, so there are no heterosexual black males on television right now.
Yeah. I couldn't say.
Lightning.
They don't want that energy.
Well, he's a simp, so.
Oh yeah.
Who
That
you
was
say?
horrible.
Who you say?
Black
Lightning is a simp.
Oh yeah.
Is he heterosexual now?
Yeah, he's married.
Yeah, he's heterosexual, but he said like that woman be saying all kinds of shit.
Yeah, and his daughters. Yeah, be checking him.
I don't care about your dead dad.
Okay. So we got one. We got Black Lightning. That's it. Okay.
I mean, the dude on Batwoman, Luke, but he's weak. Like he's scared of her. He's terrified of that woman.
Does he qualify as heterosexual, or is he asexual?
Maybe he's asexual. They haven't shown him with a girl yet.
What have you seen him with? I was gonna ask.
Well, the only way they allow a black man close to a white woman is if he's either he's got to be weak, or he's got to be kind of quasi gay.
Well,
let me respond to this. I just listened to the Nas and Nas X song "Fitness Mom." How was it?
What a world!
Yeah, Lil Nas X and Nas. Well, Nas is short as fuck, though. I've seen him in person. That dude about 5'2", for real.
Well, Hollywood like short cats. They've always liked short cats. Because it's an aspect of the way that the camera is set up. The camera lens ain't set up for nobody that's really tall or really dark. That's why all that crazy fucking lighting on set.
And plus the aspect ratio of your head. They like people with larger heads because it stands out. So smaller guys with big heads is what they like.
Yeah.
Small guys with big heads.
Big heads, yes. Remember, seriously.
Like Lil Duval.
Yeah. Small guy with big head. If he knew how to act, yeah, he probably makes some money.
Like that guy.
I had to put a name on it, huh? I was gonna try to let it slide.
Man.
Nas and
But
what the fuck? I just think back to Illmatic, and you're like, you never would think that, this is where you will be his latest thing, aligning himself in music.
When you step on the, sometimes if you're not careful, you step on a hand grenade.
Yeah,
you stepped on one.
We forget that it is hot. They live by the code of Rumpelstiltskin, so shit, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She had the high card. You didn't know it. Nobody knew it until it was too late.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
She had high cards. Said,
I
can take Gail. I'm not afraid of Oprah. But what about Susan Rice? Oh,
that nigga look like
the Batman who laughs from the neck down.
Yeah, because you got to remember, she helped destroy countries, much less men.
Yeah, this looks. I don't even know what to say about this one. This is
what the hell is that?
That's Nas and Little Nas X.
And Lil Nas X. Man, let me tell you the conspiracy theories that can come off Lil Nas X's hat.
Oh, okay.
For real. First he has Moro from Dragon Ball Super on the hat right there. The goat, the bafflement goat.
Yeah.
The signs of the astrology around the brim of the rodeo hat.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll get a video off that quick, but I don't think they allow those.
If you look at it, a lot of these dudes would be dressed like Pinhead of
Hellraiser shit.
Hellraiser, yeah. Look at it. Look at the outfit. That's Hellraiser stuff.
I was just gonna say, can we acknowledge the fact that it looks like he lost the bet? Can we acknowledge that fact?
Thank you. But yo,
man, I got the Batman who laughs.
What song is they singing? Right. What the hell can they find some common ground to sing about? What the fuck?
No, this supposed to be,
it's called Money.
Yeah, and Khalees trying to send Nas to the ringer on child support or something. He probably trying to pay them bills.
Khalees complaining about that damn album Kaleidoscope.
Yeah,
Kaleidoscope did like 159 on the Billboard charts, and she talking about she ain't get her check from that yet. It's got to make some goddamn money, and it's like Milkshake wasn't even on that one. I think Milkshake was on the one after that one, and Milkshake is just one song, so it's like who remembers any song off that album? She keeps calling Kaleidoscope.
I mean she's broke. She's broke.
Man, she broke as fuck.
Yeah, she
trying to get us to go download it.
She didn't save enough for that money that Nas gave her. Just like 50 cents is
she is
enough money.
Yeah, and Khalees, she is, as they say, she hit the wall. Wait, let me see if I can find a picture of Khalees real quick since we going through pictures. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to sit up here and make fun of somebody. Like I'm not sitting up here trying to make fun of her, just to make fun of her. But she's kind of cuckoo.
She's almost 40 years old, isn't she?
Almost 40? I don't think she was past 40. Let's Yeah, but she was on some crazy shit. Oh yeah. A couple weeks ago, she was talking about she cannot protect the sanctity of black men. It's like, what? Did we even have any sanctity?
Well, you know what? Let me say this. I'm really sorry that she feels that way, and I would have to say from the bottom of my heart that I totally missed the fact that you were doing that in the first place, because I didn't feel any any protection from you. I totally missed that memo. I really did. But thanks for the effort.
If black women are protecting us, man, nothing's changed. They didn't do a better job. Nothing's really changed.
Well, I don't know what she's protecting us from. That maybe I got it twisted.
Yeah, she just turned 40. She turned 40 in last August. Born in 79. Yeah, I thought she was. About 40. Yeah, she's done.
She should have kept some of that money. I remember 55,000 a month. I don't.
She got another baby daddy, so shit. She should, I guess it's not enough money.
She don't feel like it, huh?
Feel like protecting her.
Okay.
The sanctity of the black man. Oh man, I'm offended. Like, I didn't want police to stop protecting me from whatever, because that's what I wake up in the morning thinking about. But
You know what? When did she stop? So I can figure out when this void I had when she stopped.
she said
Well,
that
okay, my bad.
she's not protecting your
January
sanctity.
30th.
This is
Perhaps
January 30th. Yeah, so we late. Like, I'm late. I didn't even do a video on this.
And what's
But
today's date? What's today's date?
today's date is the 23rd. Yesterday,
23rd.
let's say this for the viewing audience. Yesterday, 2 years ago, in the afternoon, I created this YouTube channel. So,
I can appreciate that.
So yeah, so yesterday and 20 days ago, like 23, 24 days ago, Khalees has not been protecting the sanctity of us black men. She says she
For
can't
a
do
full
it,
3
man.
weeks. A full 3
Like for
weeks. I've been missing
full
it
three
for a
weeks. I
full
think
3
a couple
weeks.
days. Give or take a couple days. Give or take, I mean, I could have walked outside, got hit by something, and it's like, damn, she stopped protecting my sanctity, didn't she? Like,
No, my question is
this is too much.
when am I supposed to notice the difference? Because she's not doing it anymore. Because it's been 3 weeks and I haven't felt anything different.
My guess is never.
She can't mean never. She obviously was doing it some kind of way. Did any BGS? What's the other gentleman's name? On time. What was your name?
Rogish.
Rogish.
Yeah.
Did either one of y'all feel a change in the last 3 weeks?
Yes.
I did feel a disturbance in the force.
I wonder if Snoop was.
Did you feel less secure?
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt a disruption. I can't exactly say what it was.
Was she protecting Snoop? Is that why he on his tour? He stopped being protected.
Well, she's trying. She's trying to protect him.
Look, perhaps maybe she put that protection in her songs. Like, you got some sisters that were singing about brothers in the past and stuff. Maybe she was one of those sisters, but that song never got big. Don't know. I never had none of her album.
Snoop. Yeah. That's what happened to Snoop. Khalees stopped protecting the sanctity of black men, so he frustrated him to Jada Pinkett. I feel like he was talking to me, and even with Jada Pinkett saying that, that's to say that whenever we have these discussions with our female counterparts, they're always lumping themselves in the same box just to protect somebody else. I don't get it. We don't lump ourselves in the boxes with the go to prison, because guess what? We're roaming around free, and we use our common sense to stay out of prison. So why lump yourself with troubled females? I mean, is there some kind of solidarity? Let me see that like some code. Like, let's talk about girl code for a second. Do you think there's some women out there that feel like some kind of way because we have discussed Khalees in this fashion? Do they want us to feel like that? Do they want us to feel like Khalees took something from us?
I think they want us to explain. I think they want us to explain exactly how much worse our lives are since Khalees stepped away from the platform. And I have to tell you that since she stepped away, I've been exposed to same stuff I was exposed to a year ago. Since she stepped away.
I mean, you know who next though? You know who next on that list though? Next on that list? Lizzo. Lizzo. You know Lizzo.
Lizzo,
yeah.
big girl.
How can you not know Lizzo?
She's big enough to protect a couple people if you if you stand in the right direction. If you stand on her shadow side. Well, I'm saying if you stand on her shadow side.
Yeah, you'll disappear completely. Yeah. Yeah. Was she like 6 feet tall? 6 feet tall? Yeah, she'll block her. She blocks out the sun.
She's 6 foot?
Yeah, about that. 5'10" to 6 foot, somewhere around there.
Yeah, they say she a big one.
Yeah, she's a big girl. She ain't, she huge. Ain't big, she's huge.
Do you think that black men? Oh, go ahead.
I want to know how she protecting the black man when she been married for 4 years now. Well, 6 years now to a
Who?
man who isn't black. And on top of that, why she keep talking about her exes, the marriage with her ex and all these other people when she's been married now?
Because child support's running out is running out. That's what's happening.
I get it.
Yeah.
She married to a white man. That's what you're saying, Fitness Mom? She's married to a white man?
I don't know what his race is, but it's not black. He looks kind of Arab.
Okay, so somebody's calling us a nigga, and she in the house with him, and she's protecting us by making him say, well, by telling him stop calling us a nigga. That obviously ain't working because she tired of doing it, so it's not working obviously. So he's calling us niggas, and she trying to get him to stop, but it's not working. I think that's what she's talking about, because that would make some kind of sense. Stop calling them niggas. They niggas though. Okay. And then the next day she had to say it again. So that's probably what she means. Well, I'm saying she protecting us. In her mind, she protecting us because he calling us niggas. Well, we can't hear it, but he's saying it though. And the only thing that matters is that he said it, even though he said it where we couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't have to protect ourselves. Yeah, I get it.
You know what though? Your early question, the aspect of what is girl code, I gotta ask the sister on there. What is that phenomenon to where a quality sister will still defend a sister of a purposefully willful poor quality?
There by the grace of God, the go I.
Well, something about that woman who's defending the other woman sees something within herself that is reflected in that other woman.
Do you think that the easy default is race? She see a black woman, I'm a black woman kind of deal.
Well, sometimes it could be that, like if she's a black woman who has like a feeling of inferiority because she's black, she might, some black women feel inferior due to the fact that they're black. So when you go against a black woman, that's sort of like you're almost like validating their inferiority. So they fight back at you like they fight back at themselves internally. You know what I mean?
I like that, Fitness One, that you came up with that type of, because that never crossed my mind, because that's not my answer at all. But I like the fact that you said that.
Like if I feel insecure about something, and then someone attacks that by saying, like if I'm like, oh man, I'm black and I'm the least desired and nobody wants me and I done gain weight. And then the black man's like, that's why these black heifers out here, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, no, chew. And you go in attack mode because, because you already feel a certain way. So you done trigger that bad feeling, that sensitive spot. You know what I mean?
That's a beautiful theory. I got a different theory.
Forever the feelings.
Yeah. My theory is the quote unquote quality woman that defended the non-quality woman. They were both on the same level. Neither one of them was quality. That's my theory.
Yeah, that is also a part of it. Like I said, she could just be you could be attacking something in the woman that the other woman sees in herself as well.
Which means they both no good.
Well, what does another woman qualify as quality of another woman? Like, what do y'all qualify as quality within yourselves? Like when you see another sister, you like, all right, that sister's about something. What's her quality?
Like when it comes to women, that's how that goes. Is similarities. If you can see yourself in another woman, a lot of times that woman will like you, and that's how that goes. So like attracts. And when you don't like,
that's so empty. It's just it seems like it's on the aspect of still kind of selfishness, like to look.
Well, women are selfish. We're intrinsically selfish.
Yeah. They look at that woman and say she's a lawyer. I could be one too if I made the effort to do so. So I like her because that could be me if I would make that effort, even though I'm never going to make that effort. So I'm gonna like her because that's the me.
A rich man, that could be me if I tried to put the effort in to look like her, but I don't need to put that effort in. But that could be me since he is with a black woman and I am black.
I just look at it as people, black women are selfish, and they're even selfish about taking the glory of somebody else. If they can use somebody else's glory for their own benefit, they take it. That's how I look at that myself personally. Well, she's a lawyer, which means I could do it too.
Is that what you've experienced?
What I've experienced?
Yeah, them trying to like sap off your glory.
No, not my glory because I'm a dude. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think they do that amongst themselves. Because they will always prop up some other woman as this other woman did something, so you shouldn't be talking to me the way you're talking to me. So that's why to me it seemed come off as like they're trying to glory steal. Well, this other woman did this, so you shouldn't be allowed to talk to me like that because of what that other woman did.
Just like they did with Sierra and Russell Wilson.
That's a prime example right there. Mm-hmm. Sierra found the man and she had a kid. So therefore, the rest of you all shouldn't be able to speak to us the way you do because of what Sierra did. Never mind the fact that I didn't do it.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, it doesn't matter. You can say anything you want to. At the end of the day, okay, you're not getting chosen.
Yeah.
Well, some other woman got chosen. So who are you to say that we're not going to get chosen? Some other woman that was black got chosen. Therefore, I should be chosen too.
Yeah. Well,
how can you?
That's the hate they get with the Kobe because he didn't choose black.
Yeah.
Well, black dissed him because he was after Brandy. She didn't want him. Brandy could have came up. She could have been down, like she said in her song. Said she wanted to be down.
Liz was another example of that. Look how everybody's receiving her like, oh, she's big like that, and she can walk around and twerk and show her thong up. So look what I can do. You should be happy. I could do that.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Good luck.
I ain't see one guy throw $1. I'm just gonna say that about the whole Lizzo situation. I ain't seen a man throw $1 yet.
It's all fat girls throwing dollars at the stage. Go, girl.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: there are even men out there that like Lizzo's archetype. Seriously,
Yeah. They love her. She number one.
Yeah. They love her various talents. Her musical talents and other stuff. Did you know that she also she got Entertainer of the Year on the NAACP Image Awards?
From what?
I believe it.
I could have told you that was gonna happen.
So did Billy Porter. So what?
Oh wow.
Yeah, I could have told you that was gonna happen too.
I think it really comes down to the fact that most women don't want to have self-improvement. So therefore, if someone who's on their level or lower than them is widely accepted, they can use that as a way to no longer have to, face accountability or to improve on themselves and their image or their looks or anything they do. Because that person was accepted the way she was, and she's less than me.
Does anybody think that that Lizzo is actually Eddie Murphy playing Rasputia too?
Wow.
Wasn't Rasputia more attractive? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh man,
I'm kidding. That people say Lizzo is actually attractive. People do say that. I haven't honestly looked at her enough because she's too big for me to notice.
She has a fatty cuteness, but not no aspect of attractive or nothing like that. She's not a fat chick, and the fact that she ain't ugly, it makes people put her more in the big category as opposed to being fat. But yeah, she motherfucking fat,
She's fat is not the word for it. You got to remember, you look at her body type, and she's almost 6 feet tall, so she's tipping the scales at close to 400 pounds.
God damn!
Wow. Okay, she could be a pro wrestler.
Yeah.
And like I said in the past on some wayward Facebook post, I'm sure it was every man's dream that she walked in that Lakers game with her shirt cut out of her fucking back, exposing her thong.
Can that still be considered a thong? Because that's a lot of material.
No, it's more like a fucking harness.
A ship's mast.
They're trying to say Lizzo is 175 pounds.
On the left or right side? Which side? Which side did they mean?
Oh no! When she was young, she was at when she was little. She was 5 feet tall, 175 pounds. Okay. I was wondering.
5 feet tall.
Yeah,
So-
when she was young.
So she had warning that this was gonna happen.
Her dad was pretty big than the motherfucker.
No, I mean, my thing is, I mean, no disrespect to it, but honestly, she's just too big that I honestly don't know if she's cute or not. It's like when you get to a certain size, I don't care what your face looks like anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna look.
Hey, that's how you weed them out. You know?
No, I'm saying she could be absolutely gorgeous. I just wouldn't know it.
You like perfection.
They said she's 308 pounds. This is no way she's 308 pounds at 5 feet 10 with that body type.
Nah, I'd be heavier.
Yeah.
That's probably her playing weight. You know, like when you're an NBA player,
Yeah.
and they say you're a certain height, but you're not really that height. That's probably like her playing weight.
Yeah, they're trying to say that about Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson, 280 pounds. Bullshit.
See, she
Wow. She took a picture?
Yeah, she got several of those.
Oh, she do got
Yeah,
confidence.
this is Rolling Stone magazine.
People embrace stretches, so it's not really that much of a stretch for them to embrace this shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean she got confidence. I give her that. She actually took a picture.
Yeah. I mean, this is body positivity. That's what she's calling it.
It's nothing positive about her body, but
Well, be positive. The fucking salad was right up under her left thigh, right there.
now what's positive about her body?
She feels good about it.
She feels positive about it.
Well,
she feels good about it.
It's against some flour.
She feels good enough to show it.
And silk.
So nothing is the answer.
I mean, body positive is on the inside. I'll put it like that.
No. I mean, I'm just trying to keep it real. When if you are trying to qualify for something and they say you too big, don't you got to lose weight?
Not
when you lose,
like Broomhill. This look like Broomhill.
when people lose weight, we say it's a positive thing, right? You know, when people do what they got to do to qualify for something, we say that's a positive thing. What's the positive about this picture here?
You know, something about things like that, like the whole body positivity movement and the things like, you know, a woman will sit there and congratulate or say another woman looks really good when she looks decent or halfway okay. And another woman that it's like sometimes women will sit there and praise you because they don't want you to get better. You know what I mean? Like they'll say body positivity as long as you're big, but when you start losing weight or when you're thin and you posting pictures like that, all of a sudden you get skinny shamed.
Man,
because I'd rather see women who are less than them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, yeah, it gives them hope.
Well, you know what? As a friend, if I'm getting big, my friend's supposed to be like, "Hey, bro, you know you picking up weight, right?" That's what a friend would do.
Yeah, but that's accountability.
Yeah. Well, Lizzo says she stays in her bubble of positivity and doesn't let these things affect her.
That's a big bubble, I bet.
It's got to be.
With some potentially very high clogged arteries.
You know what? I'm just cracking jokes, y'all. I'm just, there is a funny side to me. So I don't know why I'm in the cracking joke mood tonight, but that's just what it is.
I think there's a funny side to America. Like, and this is definitely.
Well, if somebody thinks somebody is positive, there's something funny about you for sure.
This is the Twilight Zone, trying to figure this out.
Well, black women defend it.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Like, you want to be known for being fat?
Well, if your channel would not exist if it could answer that question.
No, I mean, very true, very true. But I'm just saying though, like, when like if we gonna show off a person, we supposed to show off our best. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't supposed to.
Where you from? Where you from?
What's that? What you
show
say?
off your best, because if you show off your best, then that's showing off someone that's better competition than you are.
Yeah. And she from the Midwest somewhere, like St. Louis or somewhere around there.
So
I
that
think
was
she probably a little bit from everywhere.
so that was
You ain't shit.
more than likely, you gotta understand, like, different places in the States, they got different cultures when it comes to people's physical bodies. Like on the West Coast, it's culture that people work out. So it's not hard to get people to, adhere to a fitness routine or whatever. On the East Coast, it's mainly type of company thing. You want to make your company look good because you're always at a luncheon or a mixer or something like that. But in the West and the Midwest and the South, they just want to be heavy enough to mow the yard and wash dishes, and you can do that at 300 motherfucking pounds. So, culture totally different. They eat fried butter, fried ice cream, and all kinds of shit in those areas. So, and it ain't really much going on there to get people active. More than likely, if she's from the Midwest, she's gonna be that motherfucking big anyway.
She's born in Detroit. Okay.
Oh hell yeah.
Raised in Houston. Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, let's look at this headline right here. We don't talk about your dick sizes. Lizzo stepped out in her black shirt.
Who's this about? We don't talk about our dick sizes. Who is this about?
This is Lizzo. She had an impassioned. Well, they say on this headline, she had an impassioned rant about body shamers.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, and I guess somewhere in this rant, she said, "We don't talk about your dick sizes." Now, fitness mom, can you go ahead and debunk this bullshit real quick? Because
I'm sorry.
She's still up.
Yeah, I'm here. What was that again?
Yeah, read the headline on the screen. This article came out like a few days ago. Lizzo is clapping back at body shamers, and she said in some impassionate rant that we don't talk about your dick sizes.
That's hilarious.
I have no idea. I mean, I guess she's trying to say that, you don't body shame her because they don't talk about, small penises. But I mean, it's not like a man's penis size is on full display as he walks down the street. So I don't know. And if you're in a PVC ensemble, it's not like the almost metallic and plastic type stuff. She's in a shiny plastic outfit.
Let me see. I know they got the picture somewhere in this article.
This is going to be really...
Yeah, that thing.
Yes, I guess she was walking around. She got interviewed, and she lost a
little weight, though. I have to give her credit. She lost a little weight.
I don't know. Maybe it's the color black that's making her look smaller.
She better lose some weight.
I think she's losing weight.
I'll be positive about that if she lost some weight. That's positive.
So she might be dabbling a little bit of conscious community isms, and like talk a lot about non-meat eating shit.
Now I got a question. Is there any guy on this panel that has not heard about a dude being dog because he had a little dick when it comes to women?
Man, let me tell you something. It's like one of the top shaming tactics. We know this.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and it's been said on various YouTube panel discussions across the black sphere of YouTube. Like, when a female gets mad with a man, you just mad because your dick little or some shit like that. We actually discussed that on a show back in the day, on this channel.
Yeah, try to talk about the size of your penis or whether you straight or gay or whatever they can attack you on.
Yeah, real shaming tactics.
To hear somebody suggest that black women ain't talking about dicks is nothing but tomfoolery. That's all I'm saying. When are they not talking about dicks?
That's the first question they ask. What does he look like? And then they put them two fingers and up and say, "Okay, show me how long."
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like I don't know. I guess they just think they can attack with it. But the thing is, what confuses me is they screw guys of all sizes.
They do. They do.
Like, for real. I mean, when it's about his money, it ain't about that then.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But this is evidence. That's just evidence that women will say anything in an argument, just whether it's bullshit or not. Because we're in this, like, we're in a weird time in 2020. We're in the believe all women. Like people will just buy it just because a woman will say it.
Mm-hmm.
And women who say stuff like this, they know this. Lizzo knows this. She
You say
knows that people will just believe.
people
What?
believe it just because a woman say it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ain't
A lot of people are on that believe all women shit.
Believe black women. Yeah.
Isn't that being called dumb? Ain't that what that is? I mean, just believing stuff just because somebody told you. I mean,
you gotta understand
It's-
something though, the way that the society's going, critical
yeah.
is
So,
eroding.
Stand on code.
so I can't take no measurement. Is this person a liar that just told it to me, or somebody who has a known track record for telling the truth? I
Yeah.
can't even put that into account.
Nope.
Is that what we?
No, it don't matter, dude. It don't matter. They say it, you believe it.
Mhm.
And it's really something. Let's put this on a serious note. It's really something they use when women, come forward about sexual assault and rape. And that's a lot of the basis of Me Too. They just believe all women, period. They don't care if she's lying or not. They're not going to look for anything tangible. It's just that if she approaches you and says something happens to her, you believe her.
What about when she lying though?
And that's a conundrum right there.
You're a black man, you're automatically guilty. Yeah, he did it.
When are
Yeah,
they
yeah.
not lying? I mean, it's all kinds of men have been released from prison because of DNA evidence and all this type of stuff. It's been proven over and over again.
Yeah, you've been in there 50 years. Yeah.
Well, but I'm just saying though, it's. I mean, I've seen women. I mean, come on, like when does anybody remember when black women weren't lying about this type of stuff? Do we know of men who got kids and they found out after years of taking care of this child is not his?
Yeah, well, that's all over the world. Yeah, that's true.
So how am I supposed to believe all women when they already live in a lifestyle where they don't tell the truth?
Because they
Like,
told you to.
Well, the thing,
You gonna believe me, your lying eyes.
it's illusion. The thing is, their programming is heavily rooted in illusions from the moment they wake up. The hair, the makeup, you know what I'm saying, bustier, all that shit. This tight and girdles and all that shit. Everything is a fucking illusion. Because when they
Could men really be, men, especially black men, be really happy with women if we knew who they really are? If we didn't accept the fantasy, accept the could we really be happy? What do you?
Yes, you sound like you going down that lane when I kept saying that black women generally aren't good people. That's what it sounds like. You go.
When you think about it, because there's two videos. There's my first two videos that ever got taken down. Guess what they were dealing with? What was dealing with? Black women and infidelity. And the men, both the men and the women flagged that video off the channel. It was like within days.
I can believe that. That I can believe.
Sound like there was a lot of truth in them videos.
I was saying that, I didn't say it all, but most black women cheat. They just do. But when men do not want to believe it, and basically a lot of women work off the fact that men, to be happy, we have to buy into their fantasy.
Yeah. Do you think that has a lot to do with ego?
The thing is that, okay, and this is just my interpretation, right? We put women into categories, and even though we like sluts, for lack of a better term, we can't trust them, right? And the thing is, for us to actually give our all to a woman that's actually in charge of our family, we have to be able to trust her, right?
All right.
And if she's in a category that we know that she's not what she appears to be, we can't trust her. So how can we actually marry her and actually put her in charge of our family and be happy with her? I'm just curious. I don't think it's, from what I've observed, if the first time a dude gets rocked with that, man, about what his woman may or may not be doing, then all of a sudden he has to put her in a different category, but it's too late. I've already bought the farm. What am I going to do? Because they prefer not to believe it.
Sometimes you got to burn it down.
That's what you would do. The thing is, would you build another one with another black woman if you know that that's how they were?
Damn, good question.
I don't know. I mean, I know how I do it. Okay, but I'm saying for most, I said I'm not built that way because I think they all cheat. So I just pick the best. What is it? The best horse in the glue factory.
Well, I don't think they all cheat. I think it's we still got about 15% of good black women out there.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying we got about 15% of them.
Okay. There we go. See?
No, I mean the question is can you find the 15?
That's the question.
Can you miss the 85 to get to the 15?
And some of those are late bloomers. I'm just saying. I'm saying. I'm saying you can't go by me because I'm a jaded motherfucker. Okay, you can't go by me. So I have to leave it up to you. That's why I asked the question rather than answering it. Okay, because I know me. I don't. To me, it's like 99.999% like fine silver.
I mean, I believe in the good women that are out there. I don't make no excuses for women to be bad, other than the fact they just like being bad people. But
the only person I might trust is Fitness Mom, but I have to check on her ass too. where you put a tracker on Fitness Mom. Okay, yeah, you're the best of the best, but let me put the tracker on you just in case.
I mean, it's true. See, the thing about what I've learned about sex and the thing, because of the fact that it's not about the actual act of sex. A lot of times when it comes to women and cheating, it's more about the act of the attention you get. And in some way, women desire attention from other men. Like all women desire attention from other men. You got to figure out what way to get it without being a cheat or a cheater or something like that. You know what I mean?
So sometimes you get swayed. Okay.
Yeah. I always have strong willpower to not get swayed. Like me, myself, and I come on men's panels. Why am I on men's panels? Because my husband's not home, and sometimes I need male attention. How do I get male attention? I go on men's panels. I don't go out actively looking for men in real life or actually associating with men that can actually touch or whatever. But if he's an itch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think a lot of women actually do that. The thing is, they could be respectful like you and be respectful and honest. What I'm saying is that I probably say you probably in that 0.999% that don't cheat. But the rest of them heifers.
Well, I say it's a great thing that I actually had a young lady tell me, and maybe she was about 18, 19. Maybe I was 21, 22 maybe, and she told me that she had sex with her ex-boyfriend because she wanted attention. So she already gave me the cheat code. Oh, so women do have sex for attention. Okay, cool. But see, I mean, once I knew that, it just made life a lot easier than trying to figure out nonsense. So I know women will have sex for attention. That's why I tell guys they got to stop getting, because they so into their ego. A lot of them think that a woman is doing something because he is who he is, rather than deal with the fact the woman is doing something because she wants what she wants.
Yeah,
you just the nigga getting used at the moment, but you don't actually matter.
So it's not about the sex. It's about the attention, and they'll sacrifice the sex in the aspect of almost making a baby with the motherfucker, right? To pay for receiving some attention, that's ludicrous.
No, the attention's part of it. The thing is, they get the attention, and then if you get the attention, then you can actually fall sway, because you get used to the attention, and then other stuff, the attraction actually starts popping up. And that's when
the attention is what draws women. Period. Like she's having sex for attention in a way, and eventually, she'll start to like you. But the attention is what's going to draw her.
At the beginning, she wants attention, and then the attraction. That's where.
as a kid, I used to always wonder how the fuck were pimps so successful? Because I had several in my family. They
Oh,
used
it's
to talk
easy.
to me all the time.
It's easy.
And
Yeah.
and it's really, occurring with me within these last like 4 or 5 years that I've been following such panels, listening to, Master Teacher and other folks, Angry Man and all y'all. And it's like, yo, man, it's I can really see how pimps can be very successful in the aspect of learning how to navigate such a very volatile mentality.
Yeah, it's the pimp whole relationship is that's like when I did my acting, I had to separate it completely from like normal women, right? What I call normal women. Okay.
Yes.
It's because the women that pimps want, women that pimps attract have an extremely high what I call whore nature.
Mm.
All women have inner what I call inner whore. Okay, for her to be sexual, she has to have an inner whore. But the thing is, if it's so strong that it overwhelms that chick, and especially if she's kind of broken a little bit, that's what pimps prey on because a pimp will give her permission. A pimp will let him will let her bond to him and still allow her to be the whore that she wants to be. So it's kind of like a symbiotic relationship. He
Right.
pays basically if a woman can't bond to more than one woman, more than one man. She can have sex with more than one man, but she can't bond to more than one man. Otherwise, she'll go nuts. So in other words, what a pimp does is allow her to actually go out and be a whore and sleep with a lot of guys, but not go nuts because she's actually bonded to him. So she's actually going out. In her mind, she's actually going out and doing this for him because that's what he wants her to do. So she'll actually go out and do it. But
Well,
that's
her justification.
That it was her justification, but also a way of keeping her psyche sane.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, she's using the pimp the same way the pimp is using her. Because she wants the bond, but she knows she ain't gonna get that with no regular dude if she's a whore.
Right.
But she also wants to be a whore.
Yeah.
So and that's just like what I just said. Guys think it's about them. It's not about them.
No.
It's about her and what she wants.
That's how come. If some chicks I've told on the panel that kind of boisterous and kind of little borderline crazy, so you need a pimp, baby. You can't be with a regular guy. Okay, you kind of broken a little bit. You got the strong in the whore and you're a little nuts. Yeah, you need a pimp because that's what he does. He's keeping her psyche stable. That's what he does. He's paid to do.
And that's when most men go down. As soon as they believe it's about them and not about what that chick wants.
When I've said that, guess what? The pimps in the background, they start laughing. Yeah, BGS. Yeah, it's true. Like Warren B. He said, yeah, BGS. That is true. That is the contract.
See, the thing is, a woman's going to use a man regardless. That's just how it is. The good woman, the bad women, the in-between women of any race, any color. I mean, a woman isn't going to act a certain way because you are a man. Like if a woman says she's going to be submissive when she finds the right man, that's a lie. All of that is all lies. A woman is going to act however she is, if you're there or not. Only thing is you got to find someone that matches what you want in life and can help you propel you forward.
Your match, I had a psychic told me that like maybe 10, 11 years ago. You got to find your match, and that's what you have to do. And the thing is that I also tell guys, what they're waking up to, don't give away your non-sexual attention. Alan Roger Curry says the same thing. Don't give away your non-sexual attention because it might not be valuable to you, but it's valuable to her because excuse me?
Because women can get sexual attention all day, every day. It's the non-sexual that we can't get.
Yeah. That's like unfortunately, I attract single mothers like flies because they see me as father to their kids. My thing is, what do I get? What do you mean? What do you get? What do I get? Basically, you hiring me for a service. What do I get for this service? You better not say sex.
Yeah. They ain't ready to deal with that type of stuff. Because I tell a lot of brothers right now, I say, You know, like a lot of y'all out here, you're worried about what these women want to a certain degree. They be like, well, how come you not with nobody? I said, honestly, a large reason I'm not with a sister is because I got self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? They don't have it. So we not a good match.
Yeah, well, the thing is, what do you want from a woman, and you know, and what are you offering, and what does she have that you want? So that's what you got to figure out. You know, sometimes it's, hey, she has what you want. You know, if she's beautiful, she's got a good body, she's got a few funds, she's not gonna, you know, turn you into ruin. I said, okay, we might be able to help each other.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
So what's fitness, Mom?
That's all it is. You know, you got to figure out what you want. You know, like you do an inventory. Like I would not need, but I would like a woman that can do this, 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 and this. And then you find a woman that can fit that thing. Because of the fact that you know, marrying for love and all that is for the birds. You got to get somebody that you can sit there and help move you forward in life, and you will move. Because you know, people say things, stupid stuff like we grew apart. You know, we got divorced because we grew apart. No, what happened was they got divorced because they no longer had those warm feelings for each other, and neither one of them was useful to the other person. If you want a long marriage, you got to marry someone that's going to be useful to you for the long term. You're going to be useful to them for the long term, because nobody's going to get rid of someone they still have uses for. Even if a man cheats on his wife, if he still has uses for her, or she's useful in some way, he's still going to keep her around. Same thing with women.
Yeah, hoes say we grew apart. That's just an identifier.
It depends. It depends on the chick. You have 92s that have broader ambitions, and when you don't fit her ambitions, basically she's gonna leave you behind. You don't fit anymore.
Yeah, but
I gotta find a man that fits my ambitions.
But even with them, they're not usually gonna just cut a man off before they get the new one secured. Still gonna be
that's true.
Still gonna be a hoe at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, men won't either. Okay, they're not. Normally a man will do it by cheating and make that woman leave him, and sometimes that doesn't work.
BGS for brothers who qualify as being quality in the aspect of those who are pursuing sisters. What octane would you say would be best in their pursuit?
It depends. Okay, it depends on your level of expertise. Are you a street dude? Are you a blue collar dude? Or are you a professional dude? Okay, where are you?
I would say I'm blue collar. I'm a rehab therapist, so you know.
You probably fit in more like a blue collar. Okay, well, blue collar 89. So you need a. Are you ambitious? Like you're trying to become a doctor? Do you have your own business? Something like that? You got your own business?
I'm working on that. Yeah, I'm working on that.
So do you need a woman to push you? That's going to help you open up your business, advertise for you, make connections for you, stuff like that?
I mean, shit, that'd be nice.
No. What I'm saying is that what you want? Because some dudes that don't need a woman for that, all he wants her to do is stay home, take care of him, and take care of the kids, and maybe talk shop every now and then.
Okay. Yeah.
So, because the 92 is going to be ambitious. She's going to say, "Oh, you know, we're going to drive this your company and your business to like make $1 million a year." That's when she thinks. That's what she's thinking. Are you ambitious like that?
Well, definitely. I enjoy having that type of woman.
They need a 92.
Yeah, but the only thing is the headache that comes with a motherfucking 92.
Well, the thing is that is the downside. Can you take her constantly pushing you in a direction to succeed?
Yeah. Well, I say you got to look at it like this. You're gonna get a headache with all of them. So which kind of headache you want?
There's different kinds of headaches. Okay, I mean, there's a regular headache, and then there's stuff that you're not a good fit for that woman. In other words, she doesn't fit your needs. Let's say if you're just a guy that wants to go out, grind, do his work, come home, get a meal, get some yak, get some back, and then wake up in the morning, go back and do it again, and not have to worry about it. Well, honey, how is your business? Honey, did we advertise? Honey, did you make connections with this particular medical firm. Which kind of woman do you want?
Yeah, well, I'm agreeing with you. That's what I'm saying. You ain't gonna get around the headache part. It's just which kind of headache you.
Oh, that there's regular headache. There's a regular headache when a woman needs to download, right? I don't care if she's at 85, is talking about the chick down the street that called her a bitch, or somebody disrespected her when she was going to the store, or the 100 octane that says she was just because this chick that she met at the Ebony Awards didn't return her tweet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is that is the regular everyday download. I have to have male attention for my emotion kind of stuff. They all do that, but there's other aspects outside of that it can be a headache or a help or a hindrance. What do you want?
Yeah, and all I'm trying to put out there is you gonna sign up for one of them. Just
I was talking to a brother that
they have your extension ready.
I talked to a brother that he was corporate. He was trying to advance his career, but his wife wasn't interested. Sometimes his wife would be in the way. He couldn't work long hours. Blah blah blah. And I said, okay, what class of woman did you marry? She said she was an 87. I said, that's your problem. She's a housewife. She don't worry about all that stuff. She's not worried. All she worried about is do I have food on the table? Are the bills paid? Do I have a decent house? Do I have kids? And do I take a vacation once a year? That's it.
Yeah, because I could imagine an 87 with a driven man. 87 would be like, he works too long. He's always at work. He's not paying attention to the home. That'll be the kind of complaint from 87 if you're a driven man.
Yeah, you can't go to the office today because I feel I want you at home and stay home with me, that kind of stuff. See, that's an 87.
Yeah. There's no getting away from that headache. Just got to make sure you pick the right one.
You pick the right one. You got to find the woman that fits your needs. So
and if I like a 92 and you're home early, she's going to be like, well, what's going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wait a minute. We're in this together, because she's probably not home either. She's probably out grinding, trying to do other stuff. So, yeah.
Right. Can't make her think that you lazier than she is. Can't do that.
Well, I think she's not lazy. That's the problem. She's not lazy at all. She thinks.
No, I'm not saying she is. I'm saying you can't have her thinking you're lazier than her.
Yeah, we got this. We got this 2,500 square foot house with 4 bedrooms, and we're thinking we want to go 4,000 square foot house with the spiral ceiling, spiral staircase, and the in the columns in front. So that's what she's thinking.
Right. 92 is going to want to keep up with the Joneses or be the Joneses themselves.
Yeah. So, after a while, she's looking at Bill Gates and how can, because I talked to a 92. Her dream is not to have a big house. Her dream is to have her own private jet. She wants to Gulfstream 5.
And here you come walking in at 1:30 in the afternoon.
The latest line of cookware.
Yeah. I was joking there. I say, here you come in walking in at 1:30 in the afternoon. That ain't gonna make no sense to her.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah, your mistress is not scheduled. She's scheduled at 3. What you doing here? What I'm saying is, you have to pick. That's how come I actually mentioned it to Rom, and Rom said, "Hey, you ought to actually start developing this, because a lot of people missed the class piece, and a lot of guys thought I want the highest level I can. I want a 92. I said, okay, let me bring on a 92 and then bring her on, and she'll tell you what her qualifications are, or your qualifications to be what her is. And a lot of guys started hearing that shit. No, give me an 87. Give me a regular house.
They don't want to hear, I need you to be working overtime at least 80 hours a week. And we need to be on the fast track to partnership. And anything lower than partnership is not what we're here for.
Yeah.
And if you're growing your business, you're going to be top 30 under 30 type business.
Yeah. And then if she does marry you, you're just a regular guy, you're not ambitious enough, then she's going to come back, well, babe, I love you, but I think I settled.
Okay. All right. We got a new panelist. D Quick. What's going on?
Hello?
Hey, D.
Hello, D Quick.
What's happening?
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yes, hello.
Hello.
Hey, peace, fam.
I've seen the title and I'm like, is this guy running an open discussion for 2 years straight?
No. It's
No,
2-year anniversary.
Oh, 2-year anniversary.
Okay, hey, y'all supposed to be like, that's exactly what we doing. That's what y'all supposed to say. Nah, but it ain't been going that long. Maybe 3 weeks, but not 2 years.
Not even my streams run that long.
Oh, no, your streams run hella long, BGS. I've been on one of yours before. It was like 9 hours, but I only got in there 3 hours in.
I know the last one what I did was 13 hours, and I said, okay.
Oh my gosh, is that your longest?
I had to stop. That was my longest.
Is that your longest, BGS?
Yeah, 13 hours. Yeah, it's the longest.
Wow.
I believe.
How do you keep your voice?
And they still wanted to stay on. I said, y'all got to go.
Why did you have people keep coming on like as it was still going on?
Yeah, they go on and they keep coming in, and then they hear a topic and they start jumping in. Oh, I want to talk about this. I said, okay, you have to do it the next week because it's not happening right now.
Yeah. I'm glad you're back because you were off for a little bit because that troll that was putting things up about your family, eh?
Yeah. It is what it is, man. There wasn't. My daughter just emailed me somebody that was just texted me a snapshot of somebody trying to get into her.
Like hacking.
No, they were trying to have her befriended on Facebook,
okay.
So they actually get into her Facebook account. But no,
okay.
I told her, I said they're just trolls. You know. I said just don't let them in. It is what it is.
Probably more SJWs, probably.
When you think about it,
actually, there are a lot of them that are actually doing it, and they're not all female either.
That 13 hour thing about it shows you just how starved we really are for having quality engagement where you receive, instrumental energy that you relish. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like you say, people probably stay on for 20 hours if you stay on.
Oh Lord, don't even say that. Don't even speak that into the universe, okay? Because they would, literally, they would.
Valentine on the shit.
They literally would wake up, keep the stream on, go to sleep, wake up, and jump back on the stream. So,
yeah,
I've seen these guys.
Oh, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I've seen these guys on YouTube, and they're saying, "Oh, they had like a like StreamYard going, and they're saying we're going to stay on until YouTube kicks us off." And then when I seen the video after it, it was 30 hours. So I'm thinking, does it cut off on StreamYard after 30 hours?
No, no, it won't. They'll keep StreamYard has their own service. It'll keep right on uploading until you stop it. I think there's a limit, but I'm not sure where the limit is.
Well, I'll tell you this. I've noticed there's this it's something I'm subscribed to it. It's like I ain't never actually took time to listen to it, but it's supposed to be like playing bedtime music or something like that. I've seen like when it cuts off, it'll be like 147 hours, something like that. 152 hours.
Yeah, there's certain things that certain parts of the API that will allow a long stream like that.
That's longer than a week, isn't it? 120 hours. I think that's a week.
Yeah, I think a week is 172, but yeah.
Hang on, let me.
Close enough. It's close.
I'll get out my calculator. Hang on.
Yeah, I do believe it. Haven't done the calculation in a long time, but I think it's 172.
No, it's 168.
168. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's close.
That's over 6 days. If whoever said that about 147, 152, that's just over 6 days.
I've seen it. No. Yeah. Not that I've ever watched it, but I've just seen it, on the when it comes up when you're scrolling through, I've seen it. 147 hours, some minutes.
I looked up one time the longest ever phone call, and it was between two Romanian brothers and was like 26 hours long.
I ain't got nothing to talk about like that. Especially my brother. I know my brother his whole life. It
was just them, or they had family they had to intercede.
It just said it was between two brothers. Probably the two brothers' phone numbers. I don't know if like other family members interjected in that, but wow.
Yeah, I mean, I thought my mother and her sister was bad because then they get together, they start talking. I kid you
Well,
not, they're sitting in the room
well,
talking. They done known each other their whole lives. I'll go to work, come back home, they still in the same room talking.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say here in Australia, where I am, like me and my friend were saying to each other one time, because all our mothers and aunties and grandmothers and all that, grand aunties and all that, they were saying that with Indigenous Australian people, they're saying black women or older black women, they're better than telecom. The way how they fucking spread, gossip and all that shit,
Yeah, it's the women's network. That's true.
Yeah, it's just the thing about black Sheilas, they love yarning and gossiping and all that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they special.
Yeah,
That's
like
all I can say.
like this one chick came in. What was it on Art Ibor's channel stream last night? And said she came from a sector of YouTube called the beef, like the beef section. I said, what is the beef section? Where gay men and black women get on and talk about each other, and they go back and forth talking about each other.
That sounds like a lion's den. That Rastafarian British bloke, he's got this thing called a lion's den where all people just come in and just argue with each other over anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
They slap each other in the face like they do in the strip clubs.
I never heard of that. I heard that one. Maybe I've been out of the game too long.
The strip club. Some people go to strip clubs out here in Texas, and they be having slap fights. So, they having bitches slapping.
Those things. Okay, I've seen that, but I've never seen women do it.
Oh yeah, they just ruthless out here with that shit.
Yeah, that's a European thing where I think Eastern European, where they have those contests where they stand and they slap each other and see who wins, who can stand the most pressure.
I seen this this thing one time there about how these indigenous women down in like Bolivia, and they'll get two of them and they just like wrestle each other and punch each other in the face, and that's like a thing over there, and they're into wrestling and all that too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, so they do that down there.
It sounds like they do it up. They sound like they're black women. They do it up here too.
Yeah,
it's just not sanctioned. It's just do it.
Now, I actually do plan to doing a stream somewhat soon about them because they are violent people.
Who's that?
But that's my thoughts of women in general. They violent because they feel like men aren't supposed to hit them back. So it allows them to be violent people.
Are you talking about
Well, yeah, I was talking to a woman. I just never met her. I be starting certain conversations with people just to see what they're gonna do and what they're gonna say. Especially people that more than likely I'll never see them again. Because you get people to be more. Well, I'm assuming people are more honest at that point. We don't expect to see each other again. So I was like, y'all just kind of violent. Because she was saying something about men and women. Then she said she was abused when she was a kid, and I was like, well, black women just not that other races don't do it, but we were just talking about our people. And I was like, well, y'all just violent as it is anyway. She's like, well, what you mean? Because y'all feel like y'all can just hit a brother, and if I hit you back, you feel like something's wrong with it. You feel like you have a right to be able to abuse me.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, oh no, I don't think that at all. I was like, sure you do. She was like, no, I would never say that. I was like, well, if a man and a woman got into it and the woman hit the man, don't you expect the man not to hit him? She was like, yeah, that's what a man should do. So then you just admitted you feel you have a right to be able to abuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, she was like, well, that's not what I'm trying to say, but that is what you are saying, because you saying that if you hit me as a woman and because I'm a man, I can't hit you back. That's what you're telling me. You're telling me you have a right to be able to abuse me, and I don't accept that. And she was like, well, I might feel about it different because my father was abusive and all that. And I was like, well, you out of all people should feel like if you hit me, I should be able to hit you back. If your father was abusive, if that's the story you claiming, I don't know your daddy, but if he was abusive to you when you was a child and you say he was abusing your mom too and the kids and all that, don't you feel like I should be able to fight back if you went through abuse? No, I'm not saying that. So I'm sitting there like, so you, for a woman to tell me she's been abused as a kid growing up, and yet she still think I don't get to fight back if I get hit, that's saying a whole lot about the way she.
I mean, she's lying.
Man, I mean, she could have been. She could have been. I can't take it from her because I've never seen her before. I ain't seen her since. You know, all I know is she feel like she got the right to abuse me. And I was like, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? And she was saying stuff about, people got to earn respect. And I'm like, no, they don't. Respect should be a gift. You should have to earn respect once it's lost, but respect should be a gift. I actually did a show saying that. Edward Anderson joined me on that. Respect should be a gift. I told her the fact that God made you is all that's required for me to respect you. You don't have to earn the respect from me.
So we should actually come up, shake one's hand, and call her a bitch.
Yeah.
Because she hadn't earned respect from us yet.
Can I tell a story?
That makes sense.
Yeah, go ahead. Have at it, mate.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I personally don't say mate a lot because with our Indigenous Australian, we like to say, things like bruz, cuz, or bro, or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's more like white Australian people that say that. Anyway, I'm not going to drop no names with this story and that, but I'll tell you the story, and it's a true story. When I was 15, I got invited to a birthday party, but they didn't have it at a house. They had it in the park, and we were all like drinking up and that. And then I got in an argument with the Sheila there. That's what we call a female and that. And we're all the same age and all that. And then when I came around the corner there after we were walking, because we weren't just standing in the same place, we were walking around and that. When I came around the corner, she fucking hits me twice in the face. And then later on in the night, when I seen her again, we were throwing things at each other. And then when she came close to me, I picked up a bottle. It wasn't broken or anything, and I hit her across the face. And then I just ran off because these dudes were chasing me. And then I got in a taxi, and they were still running. But by the time I got in a taxi, they didn't catch up to me or anything. And then I went home. And the taxi driver let me off. He said, "You don't have to pay. You're telling me the story. I'm just glad you told me the story what happened, because people wouldn't tell me that story normally." And he let me off. But it was fucking crazy. I thought, what the fuck, like this cunt thinks she could do that? Like, and there's no repercussions, because even my mother said it, because people were pranking my phone after it and all that, like threatening me and shit. And shit. My mother gets on the phone saying, "Well, if you got the guts, come here now." And then they're like, "What? Oh, you think it's okay for her to do that? Fuck you,
They believe it. They do believe it. That's why he's so violent towards men.
Well, she got really fucked up after that. She had to go to hospital and all that. And then not long after that same Sheila that got bottled, I'm not going to say her name or anything, but another female reopened the wound. That's how bad she was. She'd actually get into arguments while she's fucked up injured with another female, and that female, she must have got that pissed off, she reopened the wound.
Well, all that makes sense to me. Here, I know you're in Australia, but here they say the relationships that have the most domestic abuse is between lesbian women, and I say it's because women don't expect to get hit back. So she'll hit a woman who doesn't, but when you hit a woman, you're not thinking somebody's going to hit you back. But now the woman that just got hit, she feels perfectly okay hitting you back because you're not a man, you're another woman. So she definitely feels comfortable hitting you back. So the fact that those two parties are in the same home together, it's hard for them to be able to control themselves. So my theory is that's why they have the most domestic issues when it comes to abusing the partners, because there's two people there that feel like nobody can hit them back. So of course somebody's gonna hit somebody.
Well, see, here in Australia, it got that bad that with some of the after school fights, with like the like older students, in high school and that, like 16, 17 or whatever, a lot of the women, would fight, but then it'd start turning into like brawls between different groups, and they'd start using weapons and that, and then they had to get the riot squad to break them up and that. Wow. So yeah, Got pretty nasty here at one point.
Is it common over there that men aren't supposed to hit women back?
Well, that doesn't happen. Like, because we have a high level of domestic violence, and a lot of the time the men, hit the women and that. So they know that, if they're going to try it, a lot of the time, depending on the bloke who. See, this is how I assess things here in Australian society. If a person has a red tongue, they're not very well liked. But that person that has a red tongue, I hope you know what I mean by saying that.
Right.
Yeah. That person ain't going to take that. So she might, like throw a shoe or something at another bloke that'll take that, a simp or a suckerhead or whatever. But a bloke that is red tongue that ain't going to take it, he's going to go and lash back out at that woman. So no, they expect at some point because like somebody from within their group has probably got lashed out at some point, even early growing up. Like I'm saying, like teenagers and all that, because they get into relationships and then they get with a bloke that ain't going to take it, and then yeah.
Well, here it's a non-issue because if they hit a guy here, they expect to be able to. If the guy does hit them back, they expect to be able to call the police, and the police is going to end up taking the guy to jail.
Yeah, I want to say something about that too, because that's the fucking problem that's causing the division within the Indigenous Australian community. Because a lot of the time, the women, she'll go and piss that bloke off that much that he hits her. She calls the cops. He ends up in jail, and that's causing a bit of a rift in our community because like all of our fucking organizations are headed by women and dominated by women and all that. And I'm like, where are all the fucking men? They're all locked up. Why are they locked up? Well, they're locked up because of domestic violence, so to speak. And it's bullshit. She just went off and swore at him too much, and then he lost it. He hit her. She called the cops. They took him away, and that's the fucking problem we got here.
Well, I think part of that is probably just because, like you said, if a man gets to the point where he's going to hit the woman, he'll just hit the woman. My thing is, if I ain't going to just hit you and that's it. If you fight me, we in a fight. It's not my fault that you can't fight
it can get pretty violent here, Like there are times when people get thrown across the room and weapons can get used and things get thrown at each other and that. It depends. It also depends too how much they're drunk or drugs they're taking. And us Indigenous Australia, we don't use that many drugs. Our staple when it comes to people using substances is alcohol and marijuana, and that's pretty much it. Maybe the odd coke and speed here and there, or ice as it's called now. But other than that, they don't really pop all the pills and do all the other stuff. We don't do that.
Well, I don't recommend anybody be around somebody who gets drunk and violent. That's just
no.
Yeah.
No, that was the debate a couple of years ago about in certain rural communities with Indigenous Australian people how they were saying, because we had a thing called stolen generation where the whitefellas took all the children away and brought them up in whitefellas' homes and that where they were abusing them and all that shit. Right. And so there was a controversy because some people in them communities were saying, no, we need to take them children away from them people that are just too drunk and violent, won't look after the kids, won't send them to school or whatever. And that caused that controversy because a lot of the time they end up in whitefellas foster homes. So that was causing that controversy with that. But a lot of people still say, no, you need to get them out of that environment because, they're just going to go to waste if you keep them there. So.
Well, yeah.
I remember watching the movie Rabbit Proof Fence. That was about that, wasn't it?
I don't know about all the domestic violence. That had nothing to do with that. That was just the policy of the day.
With them taking the children. And,
that part of it, that was about that. But it wasn't about domestic violence and all that.
They did the same thing to the Native Americans. The policy was.
I heard they were doing it to Native Hawaiians as well. Is that true?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they call the policy is called kill the Indian, save the man.
All right. So I'm trying to whitewash them, yeah.
Trying to whitewash them, yeah. That's what the Indians, the Indian American schools were about.
Right. Yeah, and I heard they'd done that up in Canada as well.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
All right. I wonder if they did anything like that in Latin America.
The Catholics did in Latin America.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, because they actually proud to speak Spanish in Latin America. They don't know none of their original languages, and they big up Spanish like it was always there. And you just ask a critical question. Hey, man, where's Spain?
The indigenous languages still survive. It's just it's not the main
Certain
language.
countries where they've got a larger indigenous population, but
Yeah.
others where they have less, it's probably not as prevalent.
Yeah, so they basically whitewash like Argentina, they whitewashed the indigenous tribe, and then the African slaves that they brought in, they whitewashed them too.
Well, I heard what happened to the African slaves in Argentina is they got the men to fight in wars they never needed to fight, and then when they got killed off because of that, they bred with the African women, and that's how the black bloodline in Argentina got misogynized out. That's what happened there.
Yeah.
So that's why you don't have that many black fellas in Argentina anymore.
No, it's like what is it? Less than 1%. It's the same thing with the Native Americans in America. It's like 1%.
Yeah,
they're down to 1%.
Yeah, they've been 1%. I was reading Roxanne Dunbar's book about Native Americans. She said there was approximately 75 million when the white men landed in North America, and by the time they're finished, now I think they're floating in like maybe 3 million, 3 million. That's about 1%.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm about to end it after the thing.
What's that?
Anybody watch the fight last night?
I didn't watch it. Yeah, I heard it didn't last very long.
It lasted 7 rounds. It lasted 7 rounds. It was a fight for the first 2 rounds, but after the third, fourth, it was just downhill from there.
I heard he had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, he had to go to the hospital. His corner threw in the towel because he was just taking too much punishment. And what I'm talking about is the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight last night. For those of you who watch boxing or follow it, Deontay Wilder is from Alabama. Alabama is my home state, so you can imagine the disappointment I felt after watching that last night. It didn't even look like Deontay Wilder he didn't even look like a boxer in the ring last night. But
Black has been talking about what happened there.
Yeah, but in light of all that, he can do what Anthony Joshua did. He can train, and he can come back, and he can right this wrong.
How did he get how did he get to this level with that little boxing knowledge? How did he get to this level?
They say he's pretty much a knockout artist.
Yeah, that's what Jason Black was saying. He's only got that right hand. He hasn't developed anything else, and that was going to get exposed at some point, and it did last night.
Okay. How long he been boxing?
Yeah. I don't know how long, but he been dependent upon his strength at the end of the day, just cleaning clocks.
Okay.
But eventually
you can learn martial arts with any aspect of fighting first, because you have to learn an even application of utilizing your tools. You don't just learn, I got to kill the right hand, and that's it. You got 8 other motherfucking limbs that you can use in some of the cards.
It was boxing. It wasn't MMA, was it?
No, but aspect of martial arts, you have to learn to throw a left punch and a right punch.
Yeah, we're saying is how does somebody get to that level with just one punch? Without let's say you have to. If you start out training, you have to learn other stuff.
Well, some people feel they're just so strong and so cool they ain't got to do all that. It's crazy to think, but I think it's just one of the situations where ego gets in the way. Because if you're a boxer, my thing is you don't know when Mike Tyson finna run in there, and I know people like, okay, well, Mike Tyson. No, I'm talking about Mike Tyson. There's always gonna be some new guy who's gonna show up one day and start cleaning everybody's clock. This boxing. That's always available. So
even Mike Tyson, even though he was a knockout artist, knew how to fight. He was skilled.
He did. Mike Tyson was very fundamental.
Yeah, he's very fundamental. Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is you got to be ready for that Mike Tyson when he shows up. Not you gonna be the Mike Tyson, but when that other guy come in and you just can't knock him out, you gonna have to fight.
The thing is, how do you get to this level, to a championship level, without knowing how to fight? It doesn't. I just don't know. Maybe boxing has changed dramatically in the time, because even 10 years ago that would have never happened. You couldn't get that far, not to a title fight, without knowing how to fight. At least
I wanted to explain it. I want to explain the irony of y'all bringing up Mike Tyson because Deontay Wilder is on record saying that he can beat Mike Tyson in his prime.
No. If you couldn't beat this doughboy, you couldn't have beaten Mike Tyson in his prime.
No, not at all.
In his prime.
Because I remember Mike Tyson in his prime.
He might not be able to beat him now. The dude's damn near 60 years old.
Mike Tyson's still fast. Mike Tyson's still fast.
I'm looking at at Tyson Fury. He's not really even in shape.
No, not at all. Like that was, if anything, I felt like the fight went real sluggishly. I think that both of them were gassed early on in the fight. It's just that Tyson Fury had more.
He doesn't know how to fight.
Tyson Fury had more.
He has no defense.
More than Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, he has no defense. Yeah, he don't know how to fight, man. How you get that far?
Luck, a lot of luck.
You gotta think about it. He's been in 40. He's been in 44 fights. He's been in 44 fights.
Yeah,
one loss, one draw, 41 by knockout. 41 by knockout.
He knows his tool. He knows how to use that tool that he has with that right. He knows that. So let's say that he's an expert in the use of his right. And you catch him slipping, you catch him slipping.
Yeah.
So if he can't get it off, he's in trouble.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, he's gonna lose.
Yeah, but in other words, I'm looking at him and what he's getting hit by. I'm looking at the replay. What you getting hit by? Most fighters can get hit by that. And he's not one of those guys that can take it.
Right.
Tyson Fury landed more punches than Deontay Wilder threw.
Yeah. Yeah, he's beating him to the punch. He doesn't know how to cover up, even when he's getting hit out of the break. In other words, he doesn't know how to fight. How do you get that far without knowing how to fight? Yeah, look, good Lord.
I would say fighting a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Well, see, Jason Black was saying that he was fighting some bloke named Ortiz, and Ortiz was going to win it, but then somehow he came in and cleaned him up with that right and knocked him out, and that's how he got through that fight. So that's how he's getting through the fights, and he came here with nothing else but his right, and yeah, it showed.
And
well, he's gonna have to go back to the drawing board because every fighter in the world, if he gets back in, they're gonna be gunning to expose him. Anthony Joshua been wanting a piece of him for a while, hasn't he?
I'd be fighting. If I was Tyson Fury, I'd fight him 2 or 3 times, make some money. Easy fight.
Because they're gonna have a rubber match. They're gonna have a third one. Because the first one was a draw. Tyson Fury wins the second one. They gotta have a third one to have a decisive winner. It's gonna be a draw. But I just don't see Wilder getting through it.
He can't beat that dude, man. He's and homeboy's a doughboy. If the doughboy has faster hands than you, come on.
Yeah. A fighter can't beat a boxer in most cases.
Nah. Nope. Yeah. That's why people hate Floyd, because he's such a fucking scientist. He's not a fighter. He's a punch scientist. He's a wind scientist.
I still think Manny Pacquiao got robbed against Floyd.
Man, Floyd hard to touch. I'm sorry. I saw a documentary on
the fight. Pacquiao won that fight. He was robbed.
It's hard to call.
Yeah, I ain't gonna go that far with it.
All right. We'll leave it there. But I'm just saying,
Okay, but let's talk about the reaction. Let's talk about it from a black people aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that black people were too happy that Deontay Wilder lost the fight, or do you think that black people were actually fair in their assessment of Deontay Wilder?
I don't think they really cared. I really don't, because I haven't heard any negative reaction from him. Yeah, they might have been disappointed. It's more like, how you lose to this dude?
I mean, for people who watch boxing, I saw some posts on social media.
I'm looking at the highlights of the first one, right? I mean, he got a couple jabs in, but most of his punches were were wild and flying over the dude's head and stuff like that. They're missing. Okay,
because I really didn't see. I didn't really see. When I was watching the fight last night, I didn't really see a guy who, I didn't see a boxer. I didn't see a boxer. I saw somebody who was trying to get something in.
Yeah,
but it wasn't nearly at the level of what Tyson Fury was doing.
He looks like a street fighter. It looks like a dude that took off his shirt and I'm gonna go fight.
I'm gonna see what I can do.
You see what I can do. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he complained that he said he wished his corner would have let him go out on his shield. Like, did you think that the corner did the right thing in throwing the towel in?
Hospital. Yeah, dude was in the hospital. They were checking for brain damage. Of course, they did the right thing.
Yeah, you want to fight again?
Yeah, that shit.
No, the corner doesn't. The corner doesn't want to answer to why they let him die in the ring.
Yeah,
because he was taking a beating.
That shit was looking like the end of Creed 2. Ivan Drago. No, throw that. No, you can't do this no more.
Yeah, because.
Well, I'm just gonna say from a fan's perspective, if I was in your corner and you pay my check, I'm not gonna let you die in the ring either. I'm just saying, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, he's lucky to get a draw because I'm looking at the highlights from the first one. He's getting tattooed, man. Homeboy's just not putting a lot of pepper behind it, but he's getting tattooed.
So pepper him up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he every now and then he'll flurry and get some shots in. He knocked, he got a good shot in when he knocked him down, but he was getting tattooed for most of the fight.
Yeah, and as a boxer, he just didn't put enough respect. See, I always say, me personally, I've always tried to avoid trained fighters. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't never lost no one-on-one. But I don't go around trying to pick at people that fighting is something they do every day for practice. You know what I mean? Because that's how I look at a trained fighter.
I'm looking at Deontay Wilder, looking at Tyson Fury in the first one, where he's licking his tongue out at him.
And see, when you go through that many matches and you got 41 knockouts, like you probably lost respect for the sport that you're in. Probably just lost respect for it. And you can't knock everybody out. You're gonna have to deal with a real fighter at some point in time. And I think he just wasn't ready when he got caught. Simple.
Yeah, ask James Buster Douglas on that fateful day.
Balling,
Yeah.
He get lackadaisical. You get complacent because everybody calling you champ. Hey champ, and you telling yourself you the king of the sport for now.
There's a story behind that fight that I can't tell. I can't tell it, but there's a story behind that fight in Japan.
Which one?
Oh, the type when with Buster Douglas fight. There's a story behind it. There's a family story behind it that I can't tell. I wish I could.
We're gonna once the show over, you're gonna tell us afterward. You can tell us off there.
Hey, but I got a question though. Hey,
Yes,
is everybody on the panel subscribed to this channel? Is everybody in the chat subscribed to this channel? If not, go below this screen and hit that subscribe button because I'll be back sooner than later this week. I feel the need to do a couple of shows. I feel in the spirit.
Yeah, I got to do one about Rashida Schroeder calling that chick that got murked in Indiana a hero.
Wow.
The grimy one that said that went on Facebook Live because she tried to blackmail these two dudes because they were down low. So she said, "Cash at me $5,000, otherwise I'm gonna go live on Facebook and expose you." And then an hour later, after she did it, she wound up dead.
Wow.
I don't know what Rashida's trying to talk about. I don't even understand what angle she's even trying to go at to make this woman a hero. It's less ridiculous.
Yeah, it's almost like when Amanda Seales said Jussie Smollett was noble in lying. Like, she got roasted pretty good for that one.
What was the young lady who got killed? I don't know her name, but her name ain't important. But I'm gonna say this: the one who got killed for threatening to expose somebody. This is what I told guys about. I said, see, the moment you threaten to expose somebody for money, you've entered the game. And I'm talking about the game, I'm talking about the world of illegal activity. There's one sure way to check somebody when you're in the illegal world. You kill them. So if you don't want to deal with the consequences of the game, don't enter the game. The moment she said, run me that cash, you entered the game at that point.
Yeah, she says Jane Warfield is a hero and martyr for Black women who have the right to know. In other words, have the right to expose download brothers. I said that's how, yeah, that's the I only put the you guys might want to look at it,
Yeah, I'm gonna check. Yeah, I'm gonna check that story. There.
It was I'll put the link into her video. I said okay. Well, she was grimy, and maybe she shouldn't have died. But the thing is, if you're in the game, that happens.
Wait, so she was fucking with these dudes?
Okay, this is her story, right? She says she was doing some business with this guy, whatever business that was, right? So she takes a car, drives over to his house, right? She rings the doorbell, but he's not answering. So she tries the door and it's open. So she walks in and she sees the homeboy and his mate actually going at it, right? Or whatever they were doing, right? Yeah. So she walks in and she says, what y'all doing? And then, and then they jump up and then she says, I'm gonna go tell everybody about what y'all doing. I'm gonna Facebook tell everybody what you're doing. And they say, hey, you can't. Hey, so you can't do that. And she says, well, if you don't want me to do it, cash at me $5,000. Otherwise, I'm gonna go live until expose y'all. And then said she had to run out of there because they tried to kill her.
Wait, so neither one of these guys was her boyfriend or anything.
No. According to her, no.
Her business.
She's saying that neither one of these guys was her boyfriend, but she said she dealt with this other dude like 2 years ago. She was just over his house because they're supposed to be doing some kind of business. That's what she says. That's what she said. In fact, actually, if you look up her name, the video is up where she actually did it, where she actually went on Facebook telling her story.
Well, that's just a case of play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And she won the ultimate stupid prize.
Yeah, I said, hey, I said she was grimy and that happened, okay? And but Rashida Strober says she's a hero.
So the two cats, are they suspects or they already got them charged or what?
I don't know whether they were suspects or I'm sure they're suspect because she said if something happens to her, go check these guys out. Right? So I'm sure they weren't dumb enough to do the deed themselves.
What the hell? If you got to say if something happened to me, check these specific people out, you probably should leave those specific people alone.
Yeah, that ain't your business.
We talking about Black women, right?
Yeah.
The people that you saying good people, Roger?
Yeah. that was a woman trying to prove the case. She put her life on it too.
Yeah,
to prove that case. So a guy that she wasn't in no relationship with either one of these guys, yet she feels I can just expose them and blackmail them. Does a good person act like that, or does a good person just walk out the room?
Yeah.
Say gross.
No, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole thing, and I know people fight me over it, but my thing is like, yeah, we just let them get off the hook with too much stuff. She went to a guy's house. He didn't answer. Now maybe she's friendly enough with the guy that she can come into his home. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not going to even push on the breaking and entering thing. But you walk into the man's house, you see him engage with sexual activity with another man. It don't make a difference whether it was a man or a woman. If you was a good person or a decent person at all, wouldn't you just leave the room, close the door, something? But no, you say I'm a blackmail. I'm gonna blackmail you. That's where your mind goes to. I'm a blackmail. Does that sound like a good person?
Yeah, it's not a good person. Well, that's not a good person.
How did she find them? Well, they were listening to your boy. Like, did she thought she heard some little Nas X coming from the room and she walked back there? Like,
no, this is if you go to the post where she's talking, right? She's actually she said she went over to this dude's house because evidently she's going to do some business, probably buy some drugs, more likely. Okay. And she rang the doorbell, but nobody was answering. But she said, let me try the door instead. So she tried the door and walked into his house.
Right.
And she went to the back. She heard noises. She went to the back, and there she found them.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Yeah.
No, let me stop. She's dead. She dead. She dead. Let me stop.
Now, I'm not gonna make fun of her because she did, but my thing is like, at the end of the day, like, it's like, okay, being gay is not illegal. You know what I'm saying? So what? They doing that? They ain't did nothing wrong. What's the problem?
I mean, but they were DL men. They had somebody under the impression that they were heterosexual.
Evidently,
Is that by saying that?
Well, she said she had dealings with him like 2 or 3 years before.
That don't mean she didn't know though. It's a lot of sisters that mess with dudes that be involved in an alternative lifestyle, as they say. It's a lot of women that do that. So that don't mean nothing. He's with another man. It's not like they holding a secret from a woman.
Yeah, in fact, she not only she only did a video, but she also posted me. Like, in fact, she says, I walked into Hartville on this Hartville Negro, fucking his own cousin, and on my mama. I said these niggas are gay birds. That's what she said. It's a Facebook post, and she with his picture.
Yeah, but see, I don't necessarily believe the cousin part, because one thing I have noticed, when women say something about that a man said, more than likely he didn't say it. She gonna add stuff to it. She gonna doctor it up or whatever, because she's trying to paint a certain narrative. So I just got a rule now that basically, if a woman tell me what a man said, I just don't need to hear it. Get him to tell it to me.
Yeah, I don't understand why nowadays when people think they have a right to go on social media and say anything, and that's because they don't believe there should be any repercussions.
That reminded me of Vlad TV interview where one of the rappers was saying, "Yeah, I smashed my cousin."
Kevin Gates.
Yeah. And Nori, he done an interview with Vlad after it, laughing and mocking him about it.
Well, you said it. If you said it,
my thing is, what's the context? Did he know that was his cousin?
Yeah, apparently he was saying that like that was okay. I think it was like a second or third removed, kind of thing.
Yeah, but why would you say that in public?
I'm pretty sure he had to know, because he was saying it like he was proud of it. If he found out later on, he would never mention it again.
Well, apparently in that interview, they were saying that in the South we different. And then Nori's like, I'm from North Carolina, and I've never heard.
Come on, dude.
Oh, hell no.
No. I mean
that's a lie.
I mean, that is a southern stereotype that we'll fuck our cousins and all this stuff. But
that's white. That's white people.
That's more of like a white stereotype.
Yeah, it's a white stereotype.
Hell no.
Yeah, I thought so.
Hell no.
Yeah, I'm thinking if this is true, maybe he didn't know it was his cousin and found out after the fact. That's what I would be thinking.
And he said that thing to cover it out. Yeah.
Dumb little niggas with all kind of colors and they braids and shit and tattoos on the face. Come on, cuz more than likely.
Yeah, they said it. She said they chased her down the street. So
yeah, but you a public figure. Why would you get on?
Yeah, they
ill shit.
The one I remember saying that was Kevin Gates. That's the one I remember saying that. He was like, well, the pussy was good, and we sex was good, we didn't want to stop fucking, so
Yeah, well, it's one thing to enjoy it, it's another thing to actually come out with it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And on that note, I'm about to close the stream out. Anybody got any more last words?
I wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead, fire away.
Professor Black Truth just dropped a video saying that Harvey Weinstein got off. Is that true?
Not to my knowledge.
I have no idea.
Not to my knowledge.
Nah, he ain't got off. They're predicting within mainstream media that he's going to get off. They're trying to get people mentally prepared for an acquittal.
Yeah, because there was a 60 Minutes Australia. Sorry, I just want to say this. There was a 60 Minutes Australia documentary about Harvey Weinstein last night, and the bloke was saying even if he got off this, he's still got to answer to something in LA, and then there's all these women going to chase civil suits or money and that after him. So he's got a long way to go legally.
Yeah. They're still in deliberating. So no, it hasn't. It's not a verdict yet.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. They were. Oh, go ahead, Kim. Sorry.
No. They were saying that the jury could not deliberate. They couldn't come to a decision. They were split or some shit like that.
Yeah. They said they're going to continue. They're going to continue to deliberate tomorrow. That's what I'm reading.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
What's up with Cynthia G still being on the internet? I thought you got rid of her BGS.
You know what? I said this the last video I did. The last video I did, I said, you know what? She just had a baby, and this is how she makes her money. And I'm not going to take food out of a child's mouth. It's not going to be on my conscience. I said, if she leaves me alone, I'll leave her alone. I'm not going to go after her because if this is how she makes her living, this is how she feeds her kid, I'm going to leave her alone. That's what I said.
All right.
Respect that.
Yeah. That's what I said.
It wasn't just like you implying it early last year, you know, like with the roast and like this final like thing saying that, you know, she's finished now. But Angry Man was saying it. Charles Faulkner was saying, "What are you still doing around?" You know, like a few people were saying, "Well, you know, she's finished."
It's how she makes her money. You know, she can't work in corporate America anymore with her name and her face and on YouTube out there and stuff that she said. She probably can't really work in corporate America anymore. So this is how she makes her living.
I remember she done an interview with local TV or whatever up there, and they were criticizing her about her activity online. And what I get from that is she might have tried to, you know, do something else, and it didn't work because everybody was looking her up and like, "Oh no, you're a bit too controversial here," and it bombed for her.
It cuts both ways. So I'm saying is that, you know, if she was she didn't have a mouth to feed, that might be a little bit more insistent and after. But the thing is that she got a kid. You know, she got a kid. That's how she makes her living. So hey, you know, she got a baby. I'm not gonna bother her. Say, hey, make your money. Just tone it down a bit.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys inside the circle actually pulled me back because I was gonna go after a little bit more, but they pulled me back, said, nah, hey, just let it go. So I just let it go. You know, it did nothing. You know, I didn't go after her personal life or anything like that, even though it's out there. I never did.
Yeah.
But the thing is, her talking points, I could have gone after. I said, yeah, you know what? It's not that important because she wasn't that important before I made my couple of videos about her. If she hadn't tried to give me a strike, I would have left it alone. Did one video and left it alone, like just like I did. What's her name? Nicole Michelle. I did one video and left it alone. I did April Mason. I did one video and left her alone. You know, I say what I got to say. If they make a video I disagree with, I say what I got to say, and I'm done with it. You know, then I go on to something else. I'm not trying to actually go out here and destroy people.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to beef. Okay, there's enough content for me to do without beefing without talking about people.
Yeah. Does she really have a bald head? Is that really a wig?
Yes, that is really a wig. Yes, it is.
Okay. Because somebody was saying something about somebody else was dissing. I think it was Obsidian or someone else was saying that she's got leukemia or something, and that's a wig.
I don't know what she has, but that is a wig.
Okay.
More than likely.
Well, what if that baby's going to have that disease that she's got?
And honestly, let me say something on the leukemia. I don't like to joke about cancer because I am an ex-leukemia patient. I was 15 when I was diagnosed.
Okay.
No, I know. I'm just generally speaking, like, you know, this. I wouldn't go there even if she did have leukemia. It's just, you know, but she does. Like, I'll say this because she's like a massive YouTuber. You know, she does a lot of her rhetoric. She does bring it on herself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if I spoke as venomously as of black women, and Cynthia G does of black men, then I would expect some heat to come toward my way too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just how it is. Like, she says some really foul stuff, and she said, "Well, this can be backed up by fact." That no, not really. You know, it can be debunked.
Yeah, because she started off
But
going
that's all.
against white supremacists, and then she started turning on black men. And then I think it was on one of your panels, BGS, when you were finishing her off, that somebody was saying that's just how women are up there in Washington State because they're surrounded by a lot of white supremacists, and they got that real nasally kind of, nagging kind of voice about them, and that's just the way that some women, black women, are like that up there.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying that on your panel one time, BGS.
Oh yeah.
But
That's the way they sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll say this. Any of these content creators on YouTube, they can just get up and say what they want to say. I mean, if we have every freedom to disagree with it and call bullshit on it and debunk it, but it's like this. She just like any of the other content creators. We make our content based on, what we want to talk about. So I don't have anything against her on that, but I do disagree with 95, maybe 96% of her rhetoric, especially when it comes to talking about black men. And it's like and honestly, I don't like the stereotypical criticisms of black fathers. Just that's something that I want to see us do better with as far as how we represent it, across these platforms.
Yeah.
Because we're really not being fair to black fathers, period. In general, we haven't been for like the past 2-3 decades. So, really, and historically, we've been getting
that.
I mean, there are a lot of people say, "Well, what do you blame feminism for? What do you blame?" Feminism is to blame for quite a few things.
Yeah,
maybe I'll do a broadcast on that later.
And I go
later
off
this
about
week.
that here in Australia.
Yeah. But anyway, this stream has been 3.5 hours.
Thanks for letting me be on for about an hour.
Is that all?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wanted to say something. I want to say something too. It's like lately, every time I've been having a broadcast lately, I've been getting new panelists. So somebody who showed up that never showed up before, and I do appreciate that. And then that's what's going to make this whole experience that I'm having on YouTube. That's hopefully that will continue beyond 2 years. Granted that nothing physically happens to me, or I just don't all of a sudden lose the will to do it. But I've been enjoying the experience so far. I think a lot of what I've, a lot of how far I got, which, I feel like I got much further to get, but a lot of my survival depended on me doing like smart things, like, putting out different content, and a lot of it staying away from beefs too.
On YouTube, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, but I think I've been pretty successful thus far. One tried to come my way, but I'm gonna be like, if he's ever watching or if he ever comes across this, I just didn't think he was a worthy opponent, and I wasn't gonna waste my time with it. I had nothing to gain from it, and it would have. I feel like wasting and this is with anybody. I feel like wasting my time on somebody stunts my growth. I mean, it takes away from the credibility that I've already gained doing it, and I don't, and I've had to work 2 years for it. So
you will find that you have beefs that you don't even know about.
And that's
in 6 months, just Google your channel name and see what comes up.
Okay.
Every now and then, I'll actually put a search for my YouTube name in YouTube and see what comes up. Said, "Oh, I didn't know who this dude was. He's got a beef against me."
Yeah. I'm
glad you put Ramila Mir in his place, BGS.
Say what? Excuse me?
I'm glad you put Ramila Mir in his place a couple of times.
Well, yeah,
he kind of plays both sides, and he's saying things that are kicking the chair of like what the Black Order's trying to do, and it's like, dude, why are you in this space if you're saying things that are counterproductive to what the Black Order's trying to get going,
Well, there's people, there's people that like you, and there's people that don't like you, and the people that don't like you need a place to go. So that's why I see it. So they have a place. Instead of bothering me, they can go over there and not like me all they want. So that's why I view it. I always say, like, half my subs don't like me. They just don't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna bow out and let you go, Kev. And like I said, long live the habitual line steppers.
All right. Appreciate you stopping by, bro. Once again.
Peace.
Hey, thanks for the hospitality, fam. Y'all have a
I might have to jump
very
on
enriching and very fortune-filled week.
And let me tell you something, Robish son. You are welcome to come back anytime. I mean, anytime you drop by, drop a link, man. Come up on the panel.
Already, much respect, man. Y'all take care.
Word.
All right.
All right.
Now, BGS, you got a story to tell after the show is over. I'm just saying. But
well, he already dropped off. He already dropped off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everybody.
So. All right.
All right.
It's nighttime here, but good night.
Good night. Good night.
And have a good day.
Yes,
good day. Have a good day.
Good day from down. That's a greeting we say down here. Good day, mate. You know, that's it. So good day. Good night. Peace.
All right. Good day, mate.
Good day, mate.
Good day, mate. All right.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, War Casualty said, can you explain your thumbnail? It's something I saw on Facebook. I thought it was funny. I just put it as a thumbnail. That's all. I'll just my final word for this broadcast right here. I'm happy that I made it 2 years. And I look forward to having a lot more good times. BGS is back up.
Okay, I forgot. I gotta tell you the story. As soon as you guys jump off, I'll tell you the story.
Okay. All right. But
you want me to jump off
but
now?
No,
you don't have to jump off.
As soon as they end the stream, I'll tell the story.
Oh, the YouTube stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But let me go ahead and end the stream right now. Like BGS said, and like we always say everywhere we go, long live the habitual line steppers. And Kev, we trust. Goodbye. We'll be back later this week. Peace.